Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Would you jealous, ugly bitches? Because they just by fast, this very perfect black ass. And guess what? Today, you're one of those bitches. Because I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of. Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Cartagena.
I'm over here struggling, y'all. I do apologize. I apologize. My earring, it just keeps falling out. I wanted to give y'all spring. Hold on. So, good evening. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully everything is going well. Okay. I'm just trying to, okay. It's not working, y'all. If it falls, oh wait, did we get it? It keeps coming out. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay. Okay, let me get situated because I didn't want to keep y'all waiting much longer. But I mean, I'm having wardrobe malfunction right now. This is crazy. Okay, there we go. I was gonna wear what I had on earlier, but it was dark, and I'm trying to like give y'all color. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone and not do black all the time. I'm trying to step more into color because I'm happy. So I'm not saying black makes you miserable or anything, but I just want my inner, I don't know, I want what I'm wearing to match my aura. I want my energy to match the color I'm wearing. Does that make sense? Okay. Hopefully I'm making sense. There's nothing wrong with black because I love black. But lately I just want to wear color. I want to have fun with color. By the way, it is rush hour. So if you hear the noise in the background, I do have my window open. I forgot to close it. So I do apologize. But I like fresh air. So yeah. And it's Gotham City. It's rush hour. And yeah. And I was just out on that traffic. The traffic is horrible. So let's get into today's video. Okay. This is a very important video topic. Someone sent me this. I actually saw it on my For You page on TikTok. I hope these ladies reported this to the U.S. Embassy. As Black women, we tend not to report these things when these things happen to us because, I mean, we don't really reach out for support. We don't really reach out to get assistance, and we should. If anything, at least report it. And so in this case, with 3 women went on a girls trip to Cartagena, Colombia. It doesn't, I mean, I see them speaking out. I see them speaking out on TikTok. I saw them speaking out on Instagram, but let's just get into the story. I wonder if they reported anything. I will say that before I dive into this, if you are traveling out of the country, always know where the U.S. Embassy is. Always have the address on you. Always look up where is the U.S. Embassy just in case anything happens. Because, oh, is it Cartagena? I know I'm not pronouncing it right, y'all. I know. So is it Cartagena or is it Cartagena? I've seen it pronounced so many different ways, but I guess it depends on Carta. Then I've seen people pronounce it as Carte, and I'm like, is it Cartagena? Okay. I mean, I've seen it pronounced differently. I guess it just depends on who you're talking to. But what I want to say is the moral of this whole live, okay, is to protect yourself while traveling, especially if you're traveling solo. But it was a group of girls. It was 3 of them. One of them, I'm going to get into, she was in the military. And so she seemed like she was more aware of her surroundings, and she was just, I don't know, her instincts really played a major role in how she handled the situation. But let me go ahead and pull up the video. We're going to start with girl one. All of the girls spoke out. So there's 3 girls. Each girl told their story from their vantage point. So let me pull up the first girl here. Well, first, let's pull up all that happened before they even took the trip, because I think that's important too. The signs that they may have overlooked spiritually, because that's huge too when it comes to the situation.
Y'all, look at this line. That's for the other check-in. It's for international. It's my homegirl right here. Me and the homegirl about to go to Colombia. We waiting on Lex. Yep, so, know what we about to do. No, ma'am. They can only hold it. All right, 54, you know, it's variable. That's why we got this handy game right here. 54 right on the dot. Y'all need her.
So when you get to Bogota, you just have to get your seat number for the data jet for that other airline, because you're on that other town airline. This is showing you what you're doing, that's your itinerary for your flights, just showing you what you're
Colombia. I'm a firm believer in every delay works in our favor. So,
Lord.
I know it's working for every delay.
So they said that they missed their flight. And so she was letting her followers know at that time, before all of this happened, that she was saying every delay works in your favor. We're just going to continue. Let's go to the next one. So that was part 1.
Only thing sane and intact is my hair. Literally.
Listen, if it's hard to hear, it's because of their audio, and I did not create a video, okay? So I do apologize.
It's been so many delays. But every delay works in our favor. You know, like, finally, girl, I'm about to go see Rwanda. You know, she in Medellin right now. Just for y'all, I done seen so many people. I done seen Katie G. She might be trying to get that ass, and I seen her in Bogota. I'm in Bogota right now. They is kind of rude a little bit, but at least a bit fire. Let me show y'all where I got this from. I got it off of Instagram. Remember I told y'all they made me spend all that money? Not maybe, but like, I wanted to support. You heard it first. That's an alky right there. Bitch said she can't ready to drink. I'm playing. After so many obstacles, homegirl is in Cartagena, Colombia. Oh, y'all, they lost my bag. They literally had my bag in Atlanta. So ATL, y'all can.
So y'all want me to say Cartagena? Like y'all want me to say it with the accent? Is that why? Cause I got it off Google. Like I was like, let me make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. But I guess you have to put a little like, you know, roll it off the tongue, I guess, a little bit. Okay. You know what's so sad though? It seems like it's a beautiful place to visit. Like it seems like it's gorgeous. You know, one thing that I love about it, because I was looking into it, is that the architecture, like it's like vintage, you know, and it just seems like so freaking beautiful. I love the color. The color is beautiful. That's why I felt like wearing yellow today, because the color there, I just love the color of the buildings, the infrastructure. It just seems really, really pretty. So it kind of sucks.
Together. Shout out to the lady at the airport when we got to Cartagena. She was so thoughtful, so nice, literally. And then when we came to the hotel, they all saw the stress in her eyes, champagne on deck, as soon as we got here. But right now I'm walking downstairs. I just talked to this man on WhatsApp. He got my bag. So I'm about to see where did he put it. Hi, good morning. Oh, shit. This is really cute. I like and don't like, they don't wait on you to know Spanish. It's like, mommy, I told you para me cala chocolate, and you be like, oh, para ti, para mí, feliz cumpleaños, me. Bitch, I don't even know what I be saying. Like, well, I just told myself happy birthday. I told them to tell me happy birthday too. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I like this mirror. I can see us being real drunk in this right now. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, bye y'all, for real. Over every plane, Father, in Jesus' name we say, amen. In Jesus' name. Amen. Did y'all say amen?
I feel bad for her. I feel bad. Okay, let's get into what actually took place after they got there.
All right, so I had to cut my birthday trip short in Colombia because the first night we was out there, we almost got kidnapped. Like literally, y'all. This is real. This is not to shit on nobody's country, but don't go there as no black woman. They target young girls. Their ratio is 80 to 20 when it comes to male and female. Like it just wasn't safe out there. So I gotta start from the whole beginning, and I don't want nobody telling me, oh, I've been there before, I never experienced that. Don't discredit what happened to me, and don't try to undermine that shit. I need therapy. This is very traumatic. What happened to us? So let's start with the delays. There was so many delays even trying to get to Colombia. If y'all watch my other stuff, we missed our first flight. Okay, cool. We were supposed to get to Colombia at 12 p.m. We didn't get to Colombia until 10:30 p.m. that same night. All right, so basically, like our first full day, this happened to us. So I meet Kalia Denise, y'all know her. That's my mutual out there. I said, oh dang, she in Colombia too. Let's link. So she said she gonna have her driver pick us up. I took some pictures. That's where y'all can see those videos. This happened that day, like it happened literally our only day in Colombia. So we went on the party bus. We cool. We drinking their beers. We're talking. We're laughing and stuff. When we stopped to our first stop to the locals, they trying to sell us the green stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, we was thinking about purchasing, but it looked like they're just the how it looked and the price of it. People trying to like sell it to us. We were just like, nah, we don't need it that bad. We bought like a fan. We bought maracas and like a satchel or whatever. So this like after we got off the party bus, everything went haywire. So we got off the party bus.
Vivian, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that simply for the fact that there is a difference. There is a difference because Sadishka, I believe that I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I think her case is being mishandled. And I think if you were in the US, if something was to happen to you, it would be handled differently. So yes, you can get kidnapped anywhere. That is facts. But it's different when you get kidnapped out of the country. You have to rely on that government. And then you have to rely on your family to really fight for you to get some real resources, because in those countries it's just like, that stuff is handled a lot differently. So let's keep that in mind. This video isn't to really scare anyone to travel. It's not to scare anyone out of going overseas, solo traveling, or anything like that. It's just to bring you awareness about, your surroundings. I'm pretty sure she's going to get into some things that they missed or didn't see, or things that they probably should have looked out for when they first got there, et cetera, et cetera. It's just to heighten your awareness when you're outside of the country and things like that, okay? But kidnapping, yeah, it can happen anywhere. But again, how the police and the government go about, your case or seeking justice for you and things like that, that looks a little bit differently. So keep that in mind, okay? It's a little bit different. Plus, you don't know the surroundings. You may know the language or you may not know the language. So you just have to be a little bit careful about that.
Kalia was like, do y'all need a oh, I forgot to add this part. When I told Kalia how many delays we had, she was like, oh girl, I would have went home. So now all this, it was so many foreshadowing events that happened. When we told her we didn't want to ride with her driver anymore, because that's how we got to the city. Her driver took us. She has a personal driver. That's why she stayed in Colombia. When we got there, we was like, no, we'll just go by ourselves to the club, and then we'll just get a ride back. We'll take a yellow taxi. You're not supposed to take a yellow taxi out there. They tell you, the locals will tell you that Uber is illegal because it doesn't give you tangible evidence on who they are and how to track them. So that's how we got into, that's how that happened. My bad. Let me get my train of thought.
So basically she's saying don't take a taxi. You should actually use Uber because then there's record of your driver. That's interesting. But the locals were telling her not that Uber was illegal when it wasn't, which that's crazy. I don't know why she didn't look that up. Listen, if you have a question about anything, like if the locals are telling you one thing, look into it for yourself to really get confirmation on that. Don't be afraid to ask people at your resort. But then again, you can't always trust the people working at the resort, because sometimes I believe sometimes them workers be in on it too. So be careful about that too. Okay. Just be careful. You're going to have to be on your P's and your Q's at literally every turn.
Okay, so I left off at the taxi stuff, but I forgot to say, when they trying to sell us stuff, like, it was kind of overwhelming because it's a whole lot of men just trying to sell you this. They put stuff in your hand. They trying to do this. They trying to do that. And in the midst of that, my friend, she had her money out, and it's like in a little envelope. And we was like, well, we don't want to flash like that, but she wasn't trying to, but it's still like,
it's just, that's neither here nor there. We just wanted to add that, like, it was kind of overwhelming with the purchases and everything, and how they was just, like, trying to hound you. So, oh yeah, we had to pay the PM. Like, it was just like nothing is free in Colombia. Like, nothing is free.
What?
So, we didn't like the food at our resort either. So when we decided to go to like a club, first we went to Taboo. When we went to Taboo, the vibe just wasn't there. Like, a burger was like $38. We like, are they trying to? Okay, we're not trying. We're just trying to go somewhere like cheaper. Like, we thought, whatever. So when we go to Casa Palenque, that place that's always advertised in Colombia for being just so safe, cultural, and nice and stuff like that. We got the Casa Palenque. We went upstairs. We didn't like the food either up there. I think it's just a way of how I don't like the food. So when we got off for the taxis, we know not to go up to the equal people that's just trying to like take you. So obviously, well, not trying to take you, but like trying to just like accommodate you. I don't know. We just didn't go up to him. When he told us that it was 50, we was like, okay, never mind, we walking away. So he's watching us just walk away wherever we walking, and we run into this man. Before we run into this man, I hope I had a video when I get my phone. Like, you know how they be rapping to y'all? He was rapping to us, Bate Chocolate, and then I didn't want to buy, I didn't want to pay him for that because I'm trying to get in my Uber. Like, you came up to me. And then even had it down to the cat calling, like, the eye mommy, the biting. They wanted kisses and stuff like that. Like, it's just too, like, overly saturated with flirtation. I don't know. So when we got into the second one, it was a nice, handsome man. Like, the one that did this to us, nice, handsome, young looking. Like, he don't look like, but then again, you can't, don't judge a book. So when we got in there, he told us it was 52. Like, it was 50 as well. We was like, you know what, we probably not gonna get no cheaper because our hotel, we didn't know. We stayed at Drinks Caribana. It's in the cut. So when he told us 50, we got in. When we got in, my friends, we naturally just put on the GPS just to make sure that everybody going everywhere. We don't just do this only there. Like, we always do that when we travel. So my friend in the back, she noticing that he keep like missing like small turns. He's still going the same the correct way in general, but like he's still missing them. And like after he'll miss 2 left turns, he'll make up for it in the next left. So she was her eyes, she was getting sleepy, so her eyes getting heavy. She texted me because I'm in the front seat. She was like, Janae, put on your GPS. Usually I don't even listen like to her when I just be in the front. I be vibing just on my phone. But like, just everything happening for a reason. So I put in the GPS. He missed his first 2 left turns, and then the next one, like I said, he made up for it. So I remember us on the freeway, and that's when I ran into the first red flag. Usually when we in another country, they always drive like fast, trying to get you where they gotta go because they're going back to where the money is, like where the meeting points are, because it's touristy. So he's driving slow behind this one van. I'm like, okay, I don't really think nothing of it. I'm getting off Instagram, but I still got the GPS on. And I'm seeing that he kind of like looking this way, but I'm looking at him too. And let me insert the messages. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to the next one. Y'all, I don't play in them Ubers when they be missing their turns and stuff like that. They be missing their exits and stuff like that. Y'all, I don't be playing. I be thinking about my next move. Like, what am I about to do? Am I about to threaten this man? I'm about to threaten this driver. Do I need to check to see if the door is locked? Because at the next stoplight or whatever, I'm jumping out. Like, y'all, do not play with me because I be thinking like that. Absolutely not.
All right, y'all, so this is part 3 of us escaping attempted kidnapping. So I left off at us at the first red flag of him being like behind this other van, like driving slow, because in other countries that I've been in, they always drive like fast to get you where you gotta go. So I have the GPS still on my phone and stuff. We're on the freeway at this point. I'm about to show y'all the messages. So these are the messages right here. This is just normal paranoia for us just outside the country. We literally are not thinking nothing out the ordinary. The reason why.
So one of the other girls, Lex, she was texting the group because it's Maya, Lex, and then I'm assuming this girl here. She said, yeah, that's what I was telling her. We was getting further. I don't know what's up with him, but if it didn't get up and push the GPS, he would have kept going knowing it was a U-turn. Then the other girl, Lex, comments, or she texts again saying, he keeps looking back like he creeping me out. And then she responds saying, I literally seen him get out the correct lane. I got up. Now he acting right. So I'm assuming the girl in the video is texting the group back saying that. And then she was saying, yeah, then he was behind that bus, dry, going slow. I don't know. And then Lex was like, we almost there. If he tries something, we can steal the car. I know that's right, because I would have been thinking about something like, y'all, it's so scary getting in somebody else's car. It's so scary getting in somebody else's car, y'all.
I was comfortable with him like missing his turn, so I'm thinking like maybe he know his city, he know how to get there. So by the grace of God, I woke up, y'all. Let me rewind. So at first when we got in the car, he had the windows down. He rolls them back. I roll some of mine up, and I noticed that he turned the air all the way on. So I'm getting cold. I'm guessing he thought he was drunk because you know when you cold you're gonna go to sleep. So Maya was already asleep. My friend in the back seat. So I said Frio, like, because that's cold in Spanish. He didn't say nothing, so I just was moving the vents around. I'm wondering, like, he's not playing on music, or at least trying to play on music, because our first taxi, he played the music and stuff like that. So let me fast forward. So when we was in the car, God woke me up, and I was like, nah, so he's supposed to be going this way, the U-turn, to get back to our hotel, because that's how it was set up. He was trying to get in the far right lane. I said no. He said, oh, okay. So when we get in the cut of the hotel, it's like we're 5 minutes away from the hotel, y'all. So probably like, what, a mile and a half, 2 miles?
And also, ladies, think about how you're getting in a taxi. He is a taxi driver. You're a tourist. He knows the roads better, most likely, than you do. So him acting like he don't know that he made a wrong turn or he's in the far right lane when he shouldn't be, that should automatically be a red flag. Like your alarms should definitely be going off, because he's a taxi driver and he should know the roads better than you do. You're a tourist. So come on now. That's crazy. He would have, listen, I would have clocked him in the head off of that. Cause what you doing? like, you need to get back. Like, where you going? Absolutely not.
Something like that. So he said, your GPS? I said, yeah, my GPS. Because I'm getting irritated. I feel like you're playing with me, but I'm still not thinking it's about to happen. So he was like, he said, your GPS again. So I put it in my left hand. I'm showing him like this. He take the phone, but not in a snatchy way. Like, he just took it like, oh, let me see. He's like, okay. He zoomed out. Now that I'm thinking about it, y'all, he zoomed out to see how far were we from the hotel, and where could he try to do his attempt at. Okay, so he was just staring at it, zoomed out. I'm like, all right, so I held my hand out, like, get my phone. He gave my phone back, and then he got on his phone. He typed in the code to his phone. It was like 2 something. I'm looking at the code, but I can't really see because it was too many numbers. So he got on his phone. I think he went to like Safari or somewhere where his search was, typed in a few words, nothing too out the regular. He slid his phone back on top of the steering wheel, and then he tried to make a left turn, but like I said, he had the directions already. You already knew to go straight. So as soon as he tried to buck the left, I said, no, sir, you going straight. You know where we're going here. You know where we're going. Okay, straight. The way this man threw his car, and like literally a couple seconds later, he's like, okay, straight. I don't know. I think we passed over a speed bump, or since he was already like slowing down, trying to speed back up because I told him go straight. That's how it was like so comfortable and so convenient for him to go in gear like that. So he went in gear, smooth as hell. Gear, in that same sentence, in that same breath, he took me and my friend phone. Like, he took mine with his left and hers with the right. And then he starts, like, lunging at her. So Lex didn't waste no time. And I'm glad that all of our fight or flight senses was on right then. We wasn't trying to get my phone, be scared or nothing. I really don't know what his end game was because... Anyway, let me fast forward. So he took her phone, she boom. As soon as her phone relieved her hand, she punching. Now I start punching from the side because, mind you, he's lunging from the driver's seat to the back to my friend. So she punching him and stuff, and I'm punching him from the side. So then my friend wake up. She said, Maya, this nigga trying to kidnap us. So she's punching him. They both get it, like he's getting punched by both of them in the back. When he comes to the front, and I'm punching him too. I'm punching him. And then he gets out the car. When he gets out the car, he kicks me, steel toe boot, like the way my hand is, right here in my chest. Kicked the shit out of me, like this. And I felt it, but I didn't feel that as much as the impact because my adrenaline, I'm like, because I'm really shocked. So come on. Okay, but I don't have no time to like act like I'm shocked. We still like punching. So he closes the door and then he tries to pull my friend out. And I gotta come with a 4.
I don't know, y'all. Y'all, I would have lost it, y'all. Ooh, girl, I would have took off my damn shoe. Ooh, I would have took off my shoe, y'all. I would have took off my shoe. I would have went to town. And see, another thing that I want to mention too, y'all want to be cute and wear them long nails on vacation, girl. And you want to be fresh with the acrylic nails on vacation, girl. I don't know about that. Because if you need to fight, okay, you need to pop them nails off. And you got to go to work, okay? You need to go to work. That's what you need to do. Because that's crazy. He kicked her like that? Woo.
All right, Alright, so I left out when he chest kicked me and then he went to the back seat trying to grab Maya. So y'all know that Lex was already like, Maya, get up, this nigga trying to kidnap us. So he opened the door, he trying to pull Maya out the car. Lex is trying to pull him in. So I really thank God for Lex verbally telling all of us like what to do and how to navigate. I'm pretty sure we would have figured it out, but like just her instruction just helped. So she was thinking, in her mindset, she was telling us like, either we gonna all be in this car and lock him out and try to drive off, like we said in the messages. I'm gonna post the other part too. And then she said, fuck, what I say, pulling Maya out the car. I'm still in the front trying to work the stick. I don't know where the clutch is. I keep pushing the brake and the gear, but obviously it's a stick shift. So he realized that he can't go on that, like he can't pull Maya out from the angle, like from the back, the driver back door. So he goes on the passenger back door where Lex is at, trying to pull her out. Lex still fighting, we fighting. So now he pulled Lex out the car by her wig. So I'm looking for our phones and like trying to drive off, but I couldn't do it, so I'm punching him like anywhere I can. So now that Lex and him are by this door, he pulled her out the car by the wig, and Maya trying to pull Lex in at this point. So now she's pulling this way, and I'm guessing she pulled so hard that Maya and Lex was on top of each other. Like Maya was at the end on the back driver, and then Lex was right here on top, and the man was on top of both of them. So that's how Lex started. That's why I did the hand movement like that. Lex was twisting that man nuts and biting his face, and I'm just jawing him. I'm like, Lord, please. I don't even remember my nails coming off. I don't recall any of that except this one coming off. But I hit him with my right hand. But we were fighting for a long time, y'all. Like we understand what we remember, but it had to be way more other factors because we wore this man out. Like he literally gave up. So when he's pulling us like that, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. He leave them alone. He get out the car now. He's coming back around from the back way to the front seat. So now they telling me like, Janae, lock the door, try to drive off. I could not find the lock of it. So he tried to, we doing the struggle right here. Y'all, I literally Hulk smashed the door. Not that, but I'm pulling the door like this and it breaks off. The whole interior part of the door breaks off. And I don't know, did we get, like when he did that, when the door broke, did I get out the car? I think I got out the car.
The first time when you was playing tug of war with him, that's when we tried to drive off.
Yeah, but I couldn't. So then after the door broke off, I went to the passenger side, and that's when I was trying to look for our phones, and he got out the car and was just fighting them two, and he's staring like he just doing like he stopped and he stared because I'm guessing thinking like this is not how I wanted it to go, and it definitely wasn't. Like we was fighting for so long. I'm only like anyway. So now I'm thinking like fuck, we at least need one phone. So Lex started running off. As she's running, I'm holding on to the car like this. I'm holding on to the passenger car as the door is open. In a fetal position like this, he's driving, trying to brake check me. He drove for like 30 seconds. 30 miles an hour for like 5 seconds, and he broke, and I'm like, bitch, I ain't falling out. I'm in this hole. I'm like, bitch, give me my phone. And then we gave up. He started cussing at us. He get out the car. He throw Lex wig like out the car, and then he throws his piece of car that we broke off in the car, and then he tries to reverse, and then he's trying to turn around. So as he reverses, I'm thinking he's trying to hit me in my. I'm like, this bitch, I think he's gonna try to hit us. But then he drives off. As he's driving off, he don't stop. He stops. And then Lex is all the way up, like a little, she's like probably like 30 feet away from us because she was running. And she's telling us, y'all come on, we gotta run. She's running, she's praying, she's repenting. And as she's running, we see these 3 motorcycles. One of them was security and 2 was like other random people. We don't know who y'all are. We literally just ran and screaming help. I'm screaming ayúdame and help, in Spanish. And y'all, Lex tried to hide behind, she tried to hide behind a pole, thinking that was gonna like help them not see her. Girl, they already saw us. We like, no, we don't want to talk to y'all. Fuck no, we running. So this is the part 4. It's about to probably be the final one. No, I don't know yet.
Listen, we gonna get all they sides. So like, if her side is something you can't keep up with, just listen. Okay, just relax. So they had to fight their way out the car. All right. Like, that's where we at right now in the story. They had to fight their way out the car, okay? How they fought their way out the car may be a little, hard to follow. But, like, they had to fight their way out of the car or else they were going to get kidnapped. Like, that's how serious it got. Okay?
So one of y'all asked, was we just in the middle of the road and nobody helped? No, like, we had, like, a long road until we got to the hotel. So, that's what happened. Like, it was pitch black. There really wasn't nobody else around except for like little worker spots and other hotels if we were lucky. So when we were running and we finally got off the car, We were running and we saw this man in a trailer. He had like his flashlight and like was waving and it was like hello, speaking in Spanish because I was saying like you know what I mean. But you can't help us. So we ran to this other hotel before we got to ours. We were telling these security guards. We thought we was at our hotel. We didn't know it was still that far in the cut. It was literally a whole mile away. We only ran for a quarter mile. So when we got up there, they telling us calm down, calm down. We like what y'all mean calm down? Like this just happened to us. Like I'm shaking. I can't even hold my hands straight like this. I'm showing them. They like looking at us like why I ain't got no shoes on. We telling them we don't have no phones. Somebody asked where our phones at. They're still in Colombia. I'm gonna get to that too. I'm trying to get everything in this one thing. So what did I say? Okay, so he got the phone in our face and he's making us do Google Translate. He's telling us like where do y'all stay? I said we stay in Dreams Caribana. Take us back to the hotel. But in the middle of us trying to stay sane, we still tripping because it literally just happened. So we crying. Then Lex get hysterical. She said, "Are y'all in on it?" So now I'm thinking that's a real possibility. We looking around.
They started laughing at us.
Yeah, they started chuckling like they probably was laughing about something else.
I was like, what's funny? Like,
Yeah, we asking like what's funny, and then Maya, she getting hysterical too. She trying to sneak through the gate that's obviously locked. She trying to like squeeze her body. They're like, hey, don't do that. And we like, okay, don't trip out because Lex got a son. Like
they could have shot me in my back.
yeah, but her whole mindset was thinking, well, if I get through their gate, I'm gonna go to somebody else's lobby so that lobby worker can help us. We thought they were in on it for a long time because they were talking in the microphone, but we didn't know what y'all was saying. The whole time they was talking to the hotel, so they asked us what room do we stay in. They was like, Dawn, they was telling me don't give them our room number. Hell nah. I'm thinking like it don't even matter because we're leaving tonight, like today, like seriously. So I lied and I told them our room number is next door over. I said 443. So they came back and they was like, who was Chantel? I said, oh fuck, okay, they know I lied. All right, so 442 is where we stay. I told them 442 is where we stay. Help us. So they said the hotel was coming to get us. And we like, when we not waiting, what you mean they coming like we gotta wait here? What do y'all mean wait here? Like I said, still speaking through the Google Translate. So he telling me, they coming right now. I said, okay, so when the car got here, it was an unmarked car. We looking like, hell no, like I'm thinking what if it can literally happen again? That's a real thing. People be in on it acting like they just safety and trying to, cousin of a cousin, like we don't know nothing about that. So we told the security guard that finally calmed us down. Like I even cried in his arms just a little bit. But I still forgot to tell y'all, I was giving so much thanks. I would literally have my hands up. I'm like, Lord, let us use the right discernment. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I almost dropped to my knees, but I didn't want to be dramatic. Well, no, that ain't even dramatic. It's just thankful, like literally. So I'm thanking God. Anyway, so we told the man from the security man from the previous hotel, ride over there with us. I don't like how touchy he was. It was like, I guess trying to calm us down, but should no Colombian be touching me after y'all motherfucking people trying to get us. So he like, are y'all come? Like reaching over like that. We like, man, like just whatever. So we seen the hotel at a distance. We like, okay, we cool. So when we get there, they trying to ask us what happened. We not talking to nobody. I'm crying. The people, they look so like sad in the face because they looking like them. Like later on when we asked them, does this happen? They was like, not at this hotel, but it does. Like it's known for in Cartagena. We never knew that, so we rushed past them. We tell them a little bit of it, but we all go together because we don't have our phones. We go straight to our iPad. Luckily, all of us have iPads. So we calling our people. We cry. We hysterical. Then we go downstairs. We wait for the police to come. One of our friends was like, I really don't feel safe because like the hotel is open, and like I said, we don't know nothing. We're not trying to trust nothing. So we go back upstairs and they call us and tell us when the police here. The police, we had our tracker, like he turned our phones off, obviously. I'm about to show y'all that too. All right, so this is my phone, still is to this day. It was 12 minutes from the airport when I like last tracked it. So the police was asking us like, they said the Colombia law is different and we gotta like to be able to get him prosecuted, we gotta go there to self-identify him. I'm thinking they have a Sprinter van to pick us up in and stuff like that. I'm thinking it's just like a police car. Any police car doesn't have no doorknobs on the inside.
But do you see how much more complicated it is when you're in a foreign country just because of the language barrier, the culture's different, protocol is different, and you're used to protocol being a certain type of way back in the States. So yes, this could happen anywhere. However, it does complicate things because you're in a foreign country. So please keep that in mind. Honestly, I would have tried to make it to the U.S. Embassy. I'm for real. Like if anything happens to you, that's where you need to be going. But they probably didn't know where it was located. They probably didn't look it up when they got there. And so I am urging you ladies that if you're going to travel, know where the U.S. Embassy is, because at this point, I'm with them. I wouldn't want to trust anybody either. And then they're speaking in a foreign language. They're using a language that I can't understand. And so you just don't know. But the safest option in this situation is not the local police. It's not the people at the hotel. It is the U.S. Embassy. Like that is your birthright. That's where you need to be going if you're here in the U.S. Okay. That's where you need to go. So if anytime you travel, like write the U.S. Embassy's address on your body somewhere, like on your wrist or something like that. Maybe do that like each night you go out, if you plan to go out and you don't know where the night is going to turn. Just make sure you write that address down just in case. Like at this point, that's the best thing that I can really suggest.
Now we in the van, just our luck. Y'all take us to the address where it's the fucking cartel slaughterhouse. We open the door, and then now we subject back to this bullshit. And then, like I said, police be in on it. I don't care. Like in third world countries, they're known for the cartel running it, like the cartel running the government or the cartel being the government. So anyway, we was like, nah, we not doing that. You need to go find it. We can give y'all the coordinates and stuff in the WhatsApp so y'all can communicate with us, but we're not giving that. Then they asked to take my iPad. Maya was like, well, it's the only device I got. Like, shit, like, we trying to find
Oh, wow.
We're not doing that. His location changed like 5 times, though. The reason why we was saying no, because it's 40 minutes away from where we at. That's 40 minutes there, finding him, and then coming back. That's like a total of probably like 3 hours. We're not doing that. So when they finally drove over there, and they called us when they got up there. They found 3 different taxis, and we was like, well, there's distinctive features. Like, the tent, it looked like...
Oh, y'all. Oh, have you ever had acrylic nails? Oh, y'all, I know that was painful. Like I'll never forget one time, I broke 1 nail. This girl got how many? She has 5 nails missing. Ooh, I know that hurt. But I know she probably wasn't really feeling it because of her adrenaline rush. But man, I know the next day or maybe when the adrenaline wore off, she was feeling it. Oof. And her nails look cute too.
A previous victim probably was trying to scratch the tint of the window. I broke the door. Maya's phone is in there. All of our shoes are in there. Like we literally was running bare feet in the streets of Colombia. Feet was black as hell. So they found 1 car. They didn't want to look through none of them because they didn't have probable cause, even though our phones are probable cause. So they go to this one man and they was like, we're gonna call y'all back. We're gonna try to call the owner of the taxi and ask them could they unlock the door. If our person is a criminal, they're not gonna unlock it. And then we gave them a description. The person that they found was the exact opposite. We said he was Moreno. That means dark with a goatee and he was young. They gave us an old light skinned yellow bone Colombian man with no facial hair, just old as shit. And then they had us. They had him keep moving the car to see if the GPS moved. We was like, y'all keep worrying about the car and the driver. If you find the missing features, you're gonna find the car. So obviously that wasn't the car anyway. So we left that alone. We was like, the police really weren't trying to help. They probably was just trying to do enough for us to get off their back. And in the same sense, we was like, in the same sense, they probably wasn't trying to be too helpful because like you're alive. That's already a blessing in itself. Which you right. So our flight was at 1. I think this was at 3, 4 in the morning. At this point, nobody's going to sleep. Our parents keep checking in, keep praying on us, keep calling us and stuff like that. We ate breakfast and we went to the hotel. And we went to the airport.
Crazy. And
that's basically it. I think I might need to make another one for like closing remarks and foreshadowing and shit. But
we went to the airport. We found our phones. He put my phone in the lake.
Yeah, he threw my phone in the lake when we was my friend phone in the lake. When we was still like checking our stuff, knowing that we ain't gonna go get it anyway. But mine was 12 minutes away at the city of Palenque at that monument that they stopped at, and hers was in the lake somewhere. And Lex couldn't track hers because she don't know her iCloud. But the last video, y'all don't really have to watch that. That's just like closing statements, foreshadowing, Kalia's thoughts, all of that. Because it kind of tied in. Like once you start thinking about everything, it's like, damn, all the times we're there, we are truly God's favorite, and we wore that nigga out. We was not going in or out. Because my whole thing was, I'm not finna have survivor's remorse to tell my friend's story, oh, she fought a good fight, or oh, I couldn't save her. How would I look my friend's mothers in the eye and say some shit like that? So yeah.
Girl, remember when I said that? I said, no, if I go to a foreign country with a friend, I want to be able to look her mother in the face and say, I did everything that I could do. Not, oh, I don't know what happened to your daughter. I don't know. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we see why she got the missing fingernails. She was just like, you coming back home with me. Ain't no way. That's how it should be, y'all. That's how it should be. If you going on vacation and the girls you with ain't trying to, really have your back like that, you don't need to be going on vacation with them. Absolutely not. So let me see. Okay, she wanted to clear some things up.
Some of y'all go with the victim blaming, oh, they should have did this, they shouldn't have went anyway. This is not our first time out the country, and it still won't be the last. It'll be the last for a while, because we just canceled our Bahamas trip in May, for obvious reasons. But I don't like how y'all saying what we shouldn't have did shit, but stay alive. get out that man place and go home. And that's exactly what we did, no matter how we did. We shouldn't be blamed for nothing. Of course, we probably should have researched the yellow taxi, but if you look on TikTok, I've never found any kidnapping stores. I never found anything. The same place where we got taken from, Casa Palenque, is where they had the little women doing all of this and they be looking all tropical and happy and shit. So we're not thinking we have to do that. And then we had a travel agent. Every other time we went out the country, we stayed at a Rio. They don't even have a Rio in Colombia, I don't think. But I told her I wanted to stay somewhere different, just because we know how to Rio, we know what to expect from a Rio. And I don't regret that. The only thing I would say is we should have said we needed a personal driver. But I'm thinking only people from Airbnbs get personal drivers because they stay so far out into the city. I'm not thinking at a hotel I gotta get a taxi is coming. I didn't think these things happen. Yes, I know that they known for trafficking girls in Mexico and in Colombia, but we went to Mexico twice, no problem. So I'm thinking, but basically just don't get too comfortable. But the victim blaming should be no more. We shouldn't do shit but stay alive, get the fuck out of Dodge, and that's exactly what we did. And all of this research. Don't try to think that's for our travel agent to do and then report back to us. Not saying that we just little ass girls and we can't do it ourselves, but that would make more sense. So when y'all doing that, just be mindful. This is not our first time out the country. It won't be the last. We're just gonna.
But seriously, this could have happened anywhere. Whether they took the taxi, they took an Uber. If somebody don't have the right intentions, how are they supposed to just know? Come on, they're trusting the public transportation that's being provided to them. So how are they just supposed to know? Like, that's crazy.
Our security up our and just be more vigilant. Even though we were vigilant when that happened, we were literally texting with the GPS and stuff like that. But yeah, I have to wake up because it was a lot of confusion and I'm getting added in a lot of stuff, but I can't comment. All I said was, yes, you weird, and TikTok deleted that comment. So I gotta communicate to y'all via video. We was all drunk at the pool taking those pictures in our swimsuits, and then later on we had no desire to drink. Like, they gave us 2 bottles because it was an open bar on there, and then we also had like a Smirnoff and like the Colombian beers after that. We didn't have no desire to drink. We wasn't even drunk. It's just a sign within itself. Also, when we were talking, we were just talking earlier about cutting people off, Lex was like, I'm about to start using my discernment more. I should have cut such and such off way ahead of time. I thought that was pretty just ironic and stuff. And then on top of that, we was talking about DV when we was at the Casa Palenque restaurant. We was like, I just can't see my friend get beat up. Like, if anybody touch on in front of me, I'm gonna go for what I know and do what I gotta do. And we were talking about how we just lead together, stay together. Like, it just all so crazy that all of this happened before all of that happened. For the next series extent, we made it up. I didn't do any of my excursions because we had to leave. Like, when I said tomorrow, I meant that day. Like, when we got all that stuff happened at 1 in the morning, a couple hours later, we had to go paragliding, but we didn't do any of those things. As far as phones, we never got our phones back. We were on our iPads calling our parents, and then we all ordered phones like that same night so they could come when we got there. People that were trying to get on us for letting our friend go to sleep. We're thinking we're comfortable, not saying that she should have fallen asleep, but I didn't know she was sleeping, so I look back just randomly and I see, oh, she's asleep. But I'm thinking, okay, we good, we got her, and we did have her. And I also, at first I got kind of sad and mad at myself because why the fuck didn't we wake her up? But then now I'm glad she fell asleep because he only saw us 2 as a threat. I'm thinking he probably thought that we were going to run away and then just let her be sleeping. Then by the time we get out and we out the car, she don't have time to wake up, maybe something like that. I also wanted to add, when I said God woke me up in the lick of time, I wasn't asleep in a deep sleep. I dozed off for literally 10 seconds. And when I did wake up, that's when I noticed that he was going the other way. I was never asleep for longer than 10-50 seconds. I literally got asleep because I was cold, woke up, right time, God told me. I also don't think this was planned because had it been planned, I feel like he would have had his ducks more in a row. When we were fighting, he had his phone in his hand for some of the parts, and I'm thinking if we would have lit up just even for a little bit, he would have took his phone out and called back up and stuff like that. But the 3 motorcycles, that could have been a coincidence, but then again, why?
Men wonder why we choose the goddamn bear. We choose the bear because the only way the bear would even bother us, the bear would have to be hungry. The bear would have to be hungry. If the bear is not hungry, the bear will not bother us. A man just has to be a fucking man. So, yeah, that's why we would choose the damn bear. Like, hello? And, y'all need to, the men that find issue with that, you need to start asking women why. But, wait, you don't listen to women. If you did, you would understand why we're choosing the damn bear. And to be honest, I asked my own father, I'm like, well, would you want me, if I were in the forest alone, would you rather there be a bear in there with me or a man? He said the damn bear because he literally told me, he said, if the bear won't bother you if you don't bother it and if it's not hungry. So stay out of the bear's way. You know what I mean? But the man could actually hunt me down and not stop. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, come on, common sense. Ask any father out here. He's going to tell you the same damn thing. Okay. We're going to choose the bear because of situations like this. Like every time a woman leaves her home, we have to worry about our surroundings constantly. I'm supposed to be taking a solo trip this weekend, and my dad is already calling me saying, you know, you need to worry about, you know, your drinks. You need to worry about your surroundings. You know, let me give you a car because I'll pay for you to have a rental so then you don't have to take Uber. Like, do you think the man is just saying this shit just because? Like, he's saying it because he's concerned about my safety. Who do you think he's concerned about? Men. Somebody bothering me while I'm minding my damn business. So, come on. Like, be so freaking for real. Like, these men get all emotional. They get their panties all in a bunch. They G-string is all out of, you know. And it's just like, just be a woman for a day and see why. And then you're also seeing that woman from the UK who is only, like, she has a women's only gym, and she's getting a lot of backlash because she doesn't want trans women in the gym. But it's just like, the safest gym I've ever went to was an all women's gym. It was all women's. There's an all women's gym here in Houston, and it was the safest gym that I ever went to. I didn't feel like I was being preyed on at all. I felt very comfortable. I wasn't super self-conscious. I didn't feel like men were dominating certain weight machines and things like that. It was actually a very lovely experience. So it's like, come on, like, women have to feel safe somewhere. And if we have to create our own spaces to do that, so be it. So freaking be it. So, I mean, the world is literally dominated by men because they feel like they can just take advantage. They can take control whenever they feel like it. So if we create our own spaces that we feel are safe for us, what is the freaking problem? I mean, there are plenty of other places you can go to and be just fine. But we're going to always have to worry about our surroundings. And if trans women don't feel safe in regular gyms, they should create their own gyms as well. Like, that's what we have to do. I don't understand why they don't feel the need to do that. And then it's just like one of those situations where it's very tricky. You know, some men will prey on women and dress up as a woman and pretend to be a trans woman just to be in an all women's gym. So I see why the woman made that decision. It's not to say that trans women are dangerous or anything like that. We just know how men think and how they prey on women and the lengths that they are willing to go to do it. So it's just, it is what it is. It's cutthroat, but it is what it is. And we as women have to be cutthroat because if we don't, then we're left unprotected. So we just have to make those hard choices and decisions. And that's what these women did. So it is what it is. Get mad at the men. Don't be getting mad at us because we're not the ones out here kidnapping women, preying on women, and doing all of this weird shit. Okay, that's not what we're out here doing. Not the majority. I'll say not the majority.
Security riding on motorcycles at night. So maybe he did have it, but I really don't know. But I didn't see him on his phone, for real. You might see us laughing, but none of this is funny, truly. And sometimes I even get survivor's remorse, like, damn. Like, imagine if one girl was off point even a little bit, and now she's not alive to tell the story or free to tell the story. Like, our parents call us every day. It would have been out the ordinary. Imagine what they had to go through. What if they didn't have enough funds to get to Colombia and try to look for their daughters? And then when they got to Colombia, where do you go from there? Because all of our phones, like, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, let's go to the next girl, y'all, because again, this is about bringing awareness. Okay, so I think this is Lex.
The fact that I'm laying right here, right now in my bed is so surreal to me. You know why? Because I survived a kidnap attempt with my friends in Cartagena, Colombia. Excuse my lashes, y'all. I keep crying. Like, this is something that's so traumatizing to me, and I just decided to share my story because I know so many people who travel, and you never would think that it would be you. This is going to be a simplified version. I already told the full story on my Instagram, but I just wanted to share it on TikTok as well, so this should just be a shorter version. So me and my friends met up with a mutual friend and just so happened to be in Colombia. We decided to do a party bus tour. Once the party bus was over, they did leave with their private driver because they had a meal to go eat with their private chef. And we was just like, okay, well, we're going to go grab some food because the food at our resort was nasty. So we ended up going to Casa Palenque. Now, this is not like a random area. Tourists go here all the time. When I tell y'all, it's kind of like, I want to say like a Bourbon Street. I don't know if y'all ever been to New Orleans, but it's basically like a strip. Like, it's a lot of people out there that's been there. It's like It was a public place. So we ate, I had a little hookah. My phone did get stolen, so I'm gonna include as much pictures as I can, but I really don't have anything to show y'all. So once it was time to go, there's taxis like all over the place, like, you know, to take you home. If you go to Cartagena, Colombia, do not trust the yellow taxis whatsoever. The first taxi we went to was trying to charge us $50, and we was like, no, we don't want the $50. After that, we went with the second taxi, and it's crazy because he charged us $50 too, but we was just like, at that point, it was like, okay, honestly, if we keep trying, they're all gonna charge us $50. We just wanted to get home. Our hotel was about 30 minutes from where we were at in the city, so we were just like, okay, forget it, we're gonna go ahead and take it. So we told him where we were going, and he said, okay. He never put in his GPS. We just took that.
Oh my God, y'all. Okay, the chat wants to talk about the trans situation. Listen, I haven't commented on it because honestly, like, I saw this coming and I've been talking about this for quite some time, but I just really stopped talking about it because at the end of the day, like, women are just going to have to figure it out for themselves. You are so overly considerate of others that you don't consider yourself. And you're going to continue to get the shortest end of the stick if you don't start setting boundaries with people. Some things are just not for everyone. And if they don't get that, then they don't respect you and your womanhood at all. If anything, trans women should understand. If anything, stop being overly compassionate to people who are not being compassionate towards you. Because why do we feel the need to do it? Why is no one asking that question? Why do we feel the need as women to do it to begin with? Is it because we just want to be mean and we just all of a sudden just want to kick them out of our space? No, it's because we feel the need that we have to. We have to. Because we're not just protecting ourselves as women, we're also protecting young girls. But see, they don't want to think about that. They don't want to think about that. And you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a fucking man, because men do that shit. Men only think of themselves. Men are selfish in that way. We women are always the nurturers and the caregivers, where we're thinking about everyone and their motherfucking mama. But then we put ourselves last and we end up being the sacrificial lamb. That lady stood 10 toes down on the fact that she said that she was making a girls only gym. She has every right to change her mind. She could have gotten into it and she was just like, oh, okay, yeah, trans women are welcome here. And then she could have been bullied on social media, or she could have been having issues. We don't know. I mean, look at how she's being treated now. You think she would want trans women in the gym now? With all of the aggressiveness? Like, that's the whole reason she's creating this space, is so she can get away from the aggressiveness. So we can get away from the testosterone. So we can actually have a space where we can work out and feel safe and be in feminine energy. But she's being met with all of this like animosity and all of this aggressiveness. Like, of course. It just feeds into her purpose. You are making her purpose more full circle. So I just don't understand. And I literally said this. I said that sometimes trans women go through the process of transforming themselves, but the number one thing that they don't always transform is this up here. And you should be more understanding of that, because we women think like that. We have to. But it's like, okay, you're going through all of that, but you're not thinking about, you're only thinking from it from your perspective, but you're not thinking from it from a broader perspective, which would consider everyone. You're just thinking about it from a perspective where you're only considering yourself. And that's very selfish. And you know who do that? Men. Men do that. Men. Women bend over backwards to please everyone. And you should know that. Women bend over backwards for decades and generations. And you know what? We're still told that it's not enough. We're still told that it's not enough. So it's like, how much bending do we have to freaking do? I mean, damn. And we are drawing the line when it comes to our protection. Like, what is the issue with that? If it was something else, all right. Okay. But we're talking about protection. And if the gym wasn't like such an intimate space where we would have to change our clothes, or if we would have to, like, some of us don't want to wear baggy clothes in the gym and wear heavy garments and things like that. We're even seeing men complain about what women are wearing in the gym because it's making them so uncomfortable, because they can't seem to control themselves when a woman has on shorts and a tank top. Like, seriously, I just don't understand. So what is the issue? I mean, damn. I don't get it. 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 Like, have some compassion and think of other people when it comes to this topic, because we don't feel safe. And that's the reason why we feel the need to do it. It's not because we don't see you as a woman. It's not because we don't respect you as a woman. And it's not because we don't want to welcome you into our space as a woman. It's simply for protection. If you cannot understand that, then maybe it's just not meant for you to understand. It is what it is. And honestly, I really don't give a shit. So it is what it is. And more women need to have that. You need to have that mindset. Stop feeling guilty. Stop thinking, oh, I was too harsh, or oh, I was too mean. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, because they're willing to put you in an uncomfortable position within yourself where you don't feel safe, but then you're supposed to care about them over your own safety. Like, that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Stop giving so much to everyone else and think about yourself. And that is what that woman is. That is what that woman is choosing to do. Okay, she's choosing to think of other women and herself. So I just don't understand what the problem is. Like, y'all dragging it, y'all dragging it, y'all dragging it, y'all dragging it. And then she has every right to make that a part of her focus when it comes to her business. That is what she's choosing to do. She's also giving the money back because she didn't have to, but she's choosing to do it. So that tells me that she's a woman of integrity. She's giving the money back to those trans women who donated, or the people who were supporting trans women in that space. She's giving the money back. I don't know what else you want her to do other than you want to bully her. You want to control her. You want to manipulate her. You want to intimidate her. You know, everything that men do, you want her to change her stance. That's what you want her to. That's what you want her to do. You want her to change her stance, and she's not doing that. And so, what are you doing? Harassing her, bullying her, intimidating her, doing everything that men do. That's what men do to get women to conform. That's what they do, and she's not backing down. I support her 100%.
This is his city. I don't know way around my city without a GPS, so that's why we didn't think anything of it. Come back to part 2.
I just don't understand, like, why are we not being supported in the same way that we support trans women? If anything, y'all should be more understanding. I don't get it.
Okay, here's part 2 on surviving my kidnapping in Cartagena, Colombia. So people told us that the Ubers was illegal. That is the only reason we were taking taxi. How we knew that Ubers weren't illegal, we would not have took taxi. We just thought that it made sense to take, what was legal. We weren't trying to get in trouble in a foreign country. So I'm not going to go into deep details as far as the red flag. I'm just going to give y'all all the red flags that we seen, which led up to the event, and then I'm going to tell y'all the event. First red flag.
And also, I want to make this known too, because you know how they like to twist and turn and take things out of context. This is not about trans women and their womanhood. This is not respecting women when it comes to how they want to be labeled and what they want to be called, because I have no problem calling trans women women. If that's what you want to be called, I don't care. I don't care how you choose to live your life. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's none of my business. It's really, truly not my concern. And I'm not scared of trans women either. I'm not. That's not what this is. We're not scared of trans women. We're scared of males. That's what we're scared of. We're scared of males. And we don't know who's who. We don't know who's who. I mean, it's like white women when they were like, oh, I think we should wear the blue bracelet. So then you know that we voted for Kamala. Like, girl, what? You really think that we're going to trust you with a blue bracelet? Like, black women are just supposed to be okay with that? That's crazy. Because wear the blue bracelet. Like, oh my God. Then we know that you're an ally of ours. Like, that's delusional as hell. So we don't know who's who. That's the hard reality. And every time a woman leaves her home, she always has to think about that. Because even men get upset because when we say, oh, I don't trust men, or I don't feel safe around men. The reason why we say that, because we don't know, well, what man is actually safe and what man isn't. We don't know. So we always have to be guarded at all times. Doesn't matter what the man has on. Doesn't matter if he's wearing a blue bracelet or not. We don't know who's who. We don't know if they have hidden motives. We don't know if they're just pretending to be nice to us. Like, I saw a male on Twitter X that felt like because he was nice to a woman, that he did her a favor. Not because he was a gentleman, but he felt like, oh, but I was a good guy to you. As if he did her a favor because he was a good guy to her. And so he felt like he was entitled to her time, her body, because he was nice. So because we don't know who is who, we can't even trust the good guy, because even the good guy feels entitled to our bodies and feels like he should be able to have access to us at any given time. We just have to be protective. We have to guard ourselves. And it shouldn't be like this. It really shouldn't. But more people are putting focus on us and not the men. Because if you were to hold men more accountable, if men would hold other men accountable, if trans women were actually outraged at men for why we feel the need to do this, then it would make more sense to me. But everyone wants to hate women for feeling like we have to do this. And no one's asking why. And no one wants to correct the reason why. Because trans women should be able to come into our space, but we don't feel safe to do that. Why is that? Why are we not staying focused on what the real issue is? Why are we being made out to be the problem? Sounds like misogyny to me. Oh, he took advantage of you because of what you had on. Oh, but you were really feeding into it. Oh, but you were asking for it. Seriously, I don't understand. So something has to give. Start asking why we even feel the need to do it. Because women I talk to women all the time. They're in support of trans women. We have supported trans women. I don't have an issue with trans women at all. I really, really don't. But it's just like, why is it that anytime we set a boundary with you, and then all of a sudden we're called fish and we're called all of these derogatory terms? And then if we were to do that, then we get called homophobic or transphobic. I just don't understand. But you can sit up there and call us fish, and we all know what that means from that community. And even with you calling me fish, I'm never going to call you out your name, because I don't believe in disrespecting people. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you identify as. I don't believe in disrespecting people. All I'm doing is setting a boundary, and I'm asking for you to respect it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree. All I'm asking is for you to respect it. Just like you want me to refer to you as a trans woman, I have no problem doing that, because I'm respecting the boundary that you're setting. You want to be seen as a woman. You want to carry yourself as, all I can do is respect it. I just don't understand why we can't get that back in return. I just don't understand. And that is what misogyny is. And so when we see trans women transition, but the misogyny does not, that's the issue that we're seeing on social media when it comes to this women choosing to make an all women's gym. And I've been talking about that for some time. We've seen trans women transition. We support their transition, but then the misogyny tends to creep out mentally. And we're just like, that's not how this works. Okay. So that's really the issue. And I've been calling it out. It's not women transitioning. It's not women wanting, it's not biological males wanting to be women. It's that misogyny that I have a real issue with. It's what's going up there in that mental that's not transitioning with the physical transition that I have an issue with. So I don't understand. It's like, damn. I don't know. Like, I honestly, I feel like some more research needs to be done on that, because that's the issue that I have. And then we're allowing that into our space. The number one thing that we don't feel safe around are men who are misogynistic, because they don't respect women. They don't listen to women. They don't feel like we deserve equal rights or anything like that. So then why would we invite that mentality, regardless of what you look like, into our space? That just does not make any sense. So y'all just gonna have to be mad. I don't know what else to tell you. You're just gonna have to be upset.
Did not use the GPS. We assumed that he knew where he was going because this was his city. We told him where we needed to go, but we did put in our GPS the hotel resort so that we could track it. We did that anytime we got in a car with anybody because
Y'all like to gaslight with the whole fish label, but when I've been talking about this whole misogyny in trans women for quite some time now, for years actually, and each time a trans woman has called me a fish, it was to be disrespectful. So y'all not about to sit up here and gaslight me with that, okay? y'all not. Each time I've been called that publicly, it was to hit below the belt. So it wasn't coming from praise. It was coming from a woman calling me out my name and then labeling me a fish. So maybe you haven't seen it, but I've actually experienced it. So it's my experience. I don't want to be called a fish. Just like I'm sure trans women don't want to be called a man. So I just don't understand why we can't have that respect amongst two women. I don't get it. So that's what womanhood is. It's like we're not going to always see eye to eye. But because I respect you as a woman, you respect me as a woman. Okay, I'm going to respect our differences. I may not get it. I may not understand, but I'm still going to respect our differences because that's womanhood. That's what women do. That's what grown, mature women do. But I don't see that happening from the other side. And I've been very respectful on this topic. I have been, and the entire time I've been disrespected. So it's just crazy. So please keep that in mind. I've never been referred to as a fish, and it was endearing. It was a compliment, like whatsoever, like at all. So I don't know. And I can go back on some older videos that I did like 2, maybe even 3 years ago, where you'll just see it in the comments, and you'll even see them putting the emojis in the comments. And it was to be disrespectful because they didn't like what I had to say about trans women transitioning, but their misogyny not. Okay, so that's my stance, and that's the issue that I have. It's not the transitioning of you wanting to be a woman. It's the transition that you're not undergoing when it comes to your misogyny, and that's the issue that I truly have. I don't have an issue with your lifestyle or who you are or your identity. And y'all like to gaslight a lot when it comes to this conversation to fit your narrative so that you can be right. And at the end of the day, with the world and everything that's happening in it, you don't want to make us your enemy, because with conservativeness on the rise, with all the changes that the government is making, like, why would you want to make us women your enemy when we've been nothing but supportive? I just don't understand. And then we even because not all women agree with this. There are other women that feel like we shouldn't even be giving you our support at all, because they feel like when we do, this is what happens. So it's like, come on, something got to give, because a lot of changes are being made. And the last thing you want to do is be at war with women, with conservativeness on the rise, Christian nationalism on the rise, respectability politics is on the rise. Do you not even see how they're changing the wardrobe and the fashion? Come on now. Like, why would you want to make us your enemy? Like, we truly should be the least of your worries at this point.
I don't know, that's just how I am, even if I take Uber back home here where I'm from. Number 2, he kept looking back at me. My friend sat in the passenger side, I sat behind her, and my other friend sat in the seat behind him. He kept looking back the whole ride. I didn't know, I'm not gonna lie, Colombians, they were flirtatious, very flirtatious, so I didn't know what he was on, but I didn't say anything to him. He did not talk the entire time. Let's start there. He didn't say a word. He kept taking wrong turns. My friend had to tell him, like, hey, no, you're supposed to keep straight, because he kept trying to make a left. Oh, no, make a right. Like, our time went up from 23 minutes. We were 23 minutes away from our hotel. It went up to, like, 25. And then it started going down from there. My friend was in the front seat. Of course, she could see more what was going on in the front. She said that when he was supposed to make a U-turn, which you would have to be in the left-hand lane, he tried to get in the right, and she told him, like, hey, no, you need to get in the left lane. Another thing, anytime you go to foreign countries, when you're in a car with them, they drive hella fast. Like, they have bad road rage. This man was driving slow. It took like a 23-minute ride. It took us about 35 minutes to get there. So now to the attempts. We literally were 5 minutes away from our hotel, y'all. This man drove us 30 minutes. We were 5 minutes away from our hotel, out of nowhere. Mind y'all, this is a stick shift car. I did mention when we first got in the car, I was like, y'all, I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. not knowing that we would actually have to attempt to try to drive a stick shift. He changed the gear and immediately grabbed behind him, reached my phone and reached my friend's phone in the passenger seat. My other friend who was sitting behind him, she was sleeping. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't try to grab her phone as well. Regardless, he has two hands, so even if he did try, it wouldn't work. Immediately after, instincts kicked in. I attacked him, she attacked him.
Crazy.
Here's part 3, story time of me and my friend surviving a kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So in the process of me attacking him, I'm screaming to my other friend. I'm like, wake up, he's trying to kidnap us. So she starts attacking him too. So it's 3 of us attacking him from different directions. I feel like he did not expect this to happen at all. Like, he did not expect us to put up a fight like that, y'all. We were going in on him. So at this point, he's trapped in the corner, the driver's side of the car. So he jumps out the car. So at this point, since he can't have all 3 of us, he's at least trying to take one of us. So he comes to the back side of the car. He tries to drag my friend out the car. I told them, I said, y'all, we need to stay together. We're either all going to be in this car or we're all going to get out this car. So he keeps trying to drag her out the car. I'm pulling her back in. He tries that for a good 5 minutes. He couldn't get her out after that. He comes to my side. Y'all, I got the most damage. Like, he kept hitting me the most. I don't know if it's because I was attacking him the most or what, but y'all, he kicked me in my chest, y'all. He had steel toe boots on. He kicked me and my friend in the chest, actually, but he kicked me in my chest. He dragged me out the car with my wig. My friend pulling me in.
And unfortunately, y'all, she's the most petite. So I feel like that's why he was kind of like really beating her up the most, because I believe she was like the smallest. Like, she's shorter, she's petite, she has a really small frame. So this is kind of devastating, because it won't take much. You know what I mean? So it just makes this all more real to me, because I was on her Instagram. I was like, oh my God. She probably weighs like maybe like 100 to 150 pounds maybe. So she doesn't weigh that much. So he was really picking on her the most. And I see why, just based off her Instagram.
She pulled me in, so that pulled him back in. When he got in, he's like hitting me. He's hitting me on my chest, y'all. So at this point, I'm just literally trying anything just to get out of this situation. Y'all, like, big him. Not only did I grab his balls, I twisted them, and I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting. And eventually, he just backed up off of me. So then he tried my last friend. She must have went in on him so bad, y'all. Her nails, her raw meat is showing. I have to picture that, so I'm going to put that in here. Her raw meat is showing on her nails, like, y'all. So eventually, he gave up on that, and he went back to the front. But once all these attacks did not work, y'all, eventually he tried to get back in the car. My friend's in the front. Oh, when he tried to attack me, my friend's in the front trying to drive the car. We're trying to, get out at least out of the situation. And once he realized that that worked, he got back in the car. And we were trying to lock the car. We don't know how to work a foreign car. And I feel so helpless in this situation. And y'all, we are on a pitch black road. No street lights. Nothing. So he was trying to drive again. We started attacking him again. You're not going nowhere with us, sir. So eventually he got back and he drugged me out the car. Y'all, ripped my whole wig off of me. My knees scraped up. So then my friends hopped out the car. We all hopped out the car. So all of our phones are in the car at this point. We're in a pitch black road. So my friend is still trying to get our phones. And she was hanging on the door as he was driving. He kept trying to brake check. She was trying to get our phones so bad because we did not know where we were going to go. We're in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. We were terrified after he just took our phones, attacked us. So once that did not work, he ended up driving off. I don't want to make this part too long, so come back to part 4. I'm trying to make that the last part.
Okay, let me go. And some other things that I saw on Twitter when it comes to this situation, Twitter X, I saw, I don't really know if all of these users are trans women, because I'm a big believer too that behind some of these accounts, it's not trans women. It's other people that are wanting to fuel a discourse on social media. But I'm just going to assume maybe some of them were, but they wanted to compare black women to men, and I saw that, and that was just highly disrespectful, because black women have always supported the gays, the trans. Like, we have always been there supporting you. You cry on our shoulders. We may not be able to truly understand everything that you are going through, but we have always supported you. So it was kind of very disheartening to see that on Twitter X, and how they were making fun of black women and comparing black women to men, and basically saying that we should care the most because we are compared to men constantly. And it was very disgusting. And if you saw it, you saw it. And I didn't agree with that. And then it just makes me question, as a black woman, like, what am I supporting? Like, what am I supporting? Am I supporting my own disrespect? But I leave room for some of it to be bots, but I also leave room for some of them to actually be trans women and wanting to compare us to that, because I also saw some TikTok videos as well. And so it's like, are we really supporting our own disrespect? So it just makes us question, like, what are we even giving our support to?
Part 4 of how me and my friends survived a kidnapping attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So immediately, y'all, I'm a mom. My instincts just automatically click in. I'm like, y'all, I understand y'all want y'all phones, but we have to go. He may have somebody waiting to come get us. You don't know who he has with him, accomplices or what. So I'm like, y'all, we gotta run. So we just started running, y'all. We just kept running. All of a sudden, somebody on a motorcycle came. I was like, y'all, no, don't talk to him. Like, we just kept going. And I realized it was a security guard. He was trying to help us. Right to that point, y'all, we have no shoes, we have no phones. My wig is off my head. Like, we just have nothing. We realized it was like a security station. They helped us. At first, we were not trusting of them. We did not want to. It was a language barrier, so we could not communicate with them. They were trying to communicate with us through Google Translate. I didn't know if they were in on it, so I did not want to communicate with them. But eventually, we realized I just was praying the entire time. Honestly, when we were running the entire time, I was praying. I was like, God, just thank you, Lord. God, just give me discernment, Lord. Give us guidance. Like, I was like, God, just please let us make it back home to our families. Like, we were all on the same port that if we made it back to that hotel, we were leaving on the first flight out back to Houston. So yeah, eventually, the security people, they got in contact with our hotel, and they were able to send a car to come get us. When the car came, it was untagged, y'all. I was not playing with them. He was like, no, y'all, come on, let's get in the car, whatever. And I was like, no, if y'all security guards are not getting this car with us, we're not going. We will walk back to this hotel, because we knew how to get there. It was just a dark, pitch black road, like nothing but trees, woods, like we're scared. The security guard was like, yeah, we'll come. He tried to get in the front. I said, no, you're getting in this back seat, mister. Y'all, we made him ride between us. I made my friend get in the front seat. We had our windows down in the back seat in case we needed to jump out that car, but we made it back to the hotel safe, y'all, immediately. Damn. We just like broke down. We were hugging each other. Like, we could not sleep. This is just like such a traumatizing experience. Everybody keeps telling us, like, you know, we need to contact the police, the embassy, and everything. Everybody just, it was a lot. The police came. They eventually went to go check the scene out, and one of my friends, her phone was left inside the car because he did not take her phone. She was sleeping. So we had her updated location. Even still to right now, we can see her updated location because her phone isn't dead. Y'all, they went there. They showed us a random man. They said it was 3 taxis in that apartment complex. They showed us a random man driver. It wasn't him, but they never showed us 2 other drivers. So honestly, I feel like the police was in on it. They tried to actually get us to leave with the police. They said we have to go with him to go with them to identify the man, and we refused. I told them we're not going anywhere. Like, if I go anywhere, it's going to be me leaving here to go to the airport to go home. And I'm so glad I did it, because they could have been in on it. Like, they didn't show us the guy. Y'all showed us one person, but y'all said it was 3 taxis there. Weird.
Crazy, y'all. This story is crazy. Yeah, I've been telling black women for a while that when it comes to you winning in this system, you need to put yourself first. I mean, I don't know how else I can say it. I can say it in so many different ways, but Black women, it's really time for you to start putting yourself first. That is the only way you're going to win in this system. And you're starting to see that by putting yourself first, especially with everything that's kind of going on right now within the government, with politics and things like that, you're seeing how they're trying to get us out there to protest, and we haven't protested yet. And do you see how that's working for us? If Black women would just put the focus and energy on themselves, we would get so much further. But we make everything about everyone else, and then we get mad when we are the last to be served. And when you keep putting everyone up in front of you, you're gonna continue to be the last to be served. So you need to be serving yourself. You need to be giving back to yourself. Now, why do we feel the need to do this? Because we're not being supported. We're not being supported. So if people take an issue with that, to hell with them, because it's like, well, we've been giving and giving and giving in hopes that people will give back to us, and they're not doing that. So, I mean, what else are we left to do? Just keep giving? Like, we're just supposed to just give our last and continue to give our last in hopes? Like, at some point it just gets old, it gets tired, and it just becomes outdated. So to win, you need to pour into yourself. You need to focus into yourself. Create your little community of people that are reliable, that you can trust, whatever that looks like for you, and just make your life about yourself. You're the main character of your life, your world, and you do what you want to do with that. Starting with your hair, your appearance, how you choose to show up in the world, how you choose to show up in the system. I've been talking a lot about this, because even your hair choice is how you choose to win in the system. It's all about what your choices are. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Just make it you. That's it.
So this is the last part of how me and my friends survived the kidnapping attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So y'all, honestly, with this situation, when I told the story on Instagram, I thought I was good. I thought I was over it. A couple hours that went by. It was about 12 hours later. I thought it was fine. Mind y'all, we literally had only been to Colombia for 24 hours at this point. We arrived at Colombia at 10:30 p.m. on Monday. This happened Tuesday at 1:38 in the morning. We were literally texting each other in the ride the entire time, which is crazy, because we were literally had just joked about, like, I told her, I said, he acting weird. If he tries something, we're going to take his car. Not knowing that a minute later, y'all, he would snatch our phones, and we could have been sex trafficking, y'all. He literally had 3 motorcycles waiting down the road, but because we had passed them up and beat him up to that point, they didn't come to that point because we were so close to where the security was. They did not want to be caught. I just want to tell anybody who decides to go to Cartagena, Colombia, if you ever decide, get a private driver. Honestly, I wouldn't even trust the street food. Get you a private chef.
Dang, really?
Do not trust the yellow taxis. Do not go anywhere by yourself. Keep the communication with those people to a bare minimum, because they scam. Even when we bought stuff off the street, y'all, they kept trying to scam us and overcharge us. This man.
So does anyone have a trip plan to go to Cartagena? Like, anybody? Anyone? Cause there's a Black girl over there right now. She has a driver and a private chef. That's part of the reason. Well, that's her friend. It's so crazy. One of her friends that she visited, that they said earlier in the story, she's still over there right now. But she has a chef. She has a private driver. Her private driver doesn't just drop her off at the club. Like, he actually goes in with the 2 girls there, and he kind of like watches out for them and things like that. He seems like a very sweet man. Him and his wife, I saw that she had posted their information on her TikTok for those that are still traveling there that want to use his services. So I thought that was dope too. And he should be supported. His family should be supported, because they are over there making sure that those girls are safe even after the fact. So the other girls, the other 2 girls, her friend, the girl that she knows, she is still over there with her friends, and they seem to be safe and having a good time. So that kind of balances out the situation, that they could have just really had an unfortunate experience. But they're still over there, and it just seems like it's best for you to have a private driver, and a private chef.
Tried to sell my friend some Zaza. He wanted $50 for 3.5. Or 3.5. Do you think we're agreeing? Mind you, nobody out there was smoking. That was skeptical. He said, "My guy, that sticky icky icky. No, you kept your sticky and your icky because nobody wants that. My biggest fear was going out here and getting like a sucking bug. I even got kidnapped. That was the least of my worries. Like, this is just such a traumatizing experience. One minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm happy because I'm like, dang, I really made it back home. I just keep thinking about how so many people do not make it back home. And nobody understands how I feel in this situation except my 2 friends who were there with me. It's so many emotions. Y'all, I'm paranoid. Like, I got off the plane. I'm checking over my shoulder. Like, I know I'm going to have to go to therapy for this situation because it's so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is going in and out because I keep crying. Like, it's just such a devastating experience. And it makes me want to set out on traveling. We literally had another trip booked for May. This literally makes me want to set out on traveling. We've said forget the trip, forget the money we spent. Y'all, we spent so much money on this trip. It's just not even worth it. Dang. Be safe. Watch your surroundings. And if you don't know how to defend yourself, please have self-defense. Because if it wasn't for us self-defending ourselves, that man probably would have been able to get us. He was not expecting that at all. Like, he just kept looking at us like he was in shock. We fought back for our lives. And I will do it again if I have to. If I had a weapon, I would have defended myself if I had to. Please just be cautious, y'all, as a young female, like, anywhere. Because men do not have the same experience in these foreign countries that we have.
They don't. And it's so crazy that she said that. It's so crazy that she said that because that is just the conversation for tonight. You know, like us women always needing to protect ourselves from men constantly. Like, it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting. So it's crazy that she said that. Let me go to where she's clearing things up.
I'm just not waking up and I'm seeing all these outlets are posting us and everybody have their opinions. But I just want to clear up a few things. For one, we were not drunk. For some reason, we just had no desire to have a drink, which is so crazy because we literally drink on vacation, but we did not drink when we were in the city. So we had not one lick of alcohol. Like, we literally ate at that restaurant and had water. The most I had was a hookah, but what is a hookah? For two, we never got our phones back. My phone location still says that it's in Colombia. We all ordered new phones. We were on our iPads. That's how we were able to get in contact with our parents. I never bring my iPad. For some reason, I brought my iPad with me, but yes, that's another thing. 3, it may seem crazy how he waited till 5 minutes till we got to the hotel. It's crazy to us too. We literally was saying the same thing. Why did he wait till he got so close to the hotel? I don't know. That was nothing but God. In my mind, this is what I said. I feel like he was just trying to figure out how he was going to do it because it was 3 of us. I don't feel like this was planned. Everybody keeps saying his buddies would have came. This was not planned. He literally was driving up and we was like, hey, how much for the ride or whatever. Like, he wasn't like sitting parked plotting. Like, he was like passing us up and we were walking and we was like, hey, are you accepting, rides right now? And he said, yes. He asked us where we were going. He asked us where we were going. We told him and he said 50. And we said, okay, we got in the car. So he didn't have time to contact any accomplices. He was not on his phone the entire time. He picked his phone up one time. He looked at something and then he put his phone back down. So he did not have time to communicate with anybody. Y'all keep saying we wouldn't have got away. No, baby, we would have got away because God is always on my side. The entire time this was going on, I was praying. I was screaming. I was repenting.
You know what's also crazy about this situation is black women feeling they went and experienced a kidnapping attempt and people are questioning like what I don't understand. I don't like, where's the empathy? Where is the compassion? Where is the consideration? Like where is that? They never give it to us, huh? They never have it for us, right? It's crazy. Like, and you know how black women are sovereign women, so how we experience and deal with traumatic experiences like this, it seems like it's just so easy for us, but it's not. Like, these women are over here like really processing everything that they're going through. I'm pretty sure that they're still trying to understand what happened to them and you have people online questioning their story. I don't understand that. I don't get that. And then they left early because the other friend that's still there spoke out, and she's clearly still there, and they're home. They're still supposed to be over there, but they're at home because they came back because it was about their safety. So I just don't understand why we can never get the same level of compassion and empathy as other women. I just don't get it. And then other women don't even have to go through nearly as much as we do. And I'm not saying that to compare trauma or tragic situations, but I'm saying it like a girl could cut her finger and it's like, oh my God, do you need a Band-Aid? We could cut our finger and they'll look at us like, and then we could get punched in the face and people just walk on by like they didn't even see it happen. It's like, come on, like this is crazy. This is crazy. And this ain't about femininity. This is not being about being a damsel in distress. Like, this is about people just not respecting Black women as women, and how we can go through traumatic experiences too, that we deserve compassion and empathy too. Like, my goodness, this is so crazy to me.
So, yes, it may seem surreal, it may seem fake, but nothing about it is fake. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all don't believe in God. That's why y'all think it's fake. No, baby, it's real. It's real. Nothing about it is fake. Nothing. Another thing people was saying, we probably was aggressive towards him. What's crazy is we did not have a conversation. I couldn't even tell you what his voice sounded like. We had no conversation with him. We did not go off on him. Y'all, we was chilling. Like, we was just ready to get back home to the hotel. Like, we were just tired. At the end of the day, it's always going to be some weirdos saying they don't believe us. This is why people never come out. But at the end of the day, I'm used to attention. I already have a large following. So I'm used to people having negative shit to say. At the end of the day, this is real. This really happened to us. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope this never happens to y'all family, since y'all just don't believe us. And I'm about to go have some retail therapy. I am not reading comments no more because that shit would drive me crazy.
Crazy. Okay. This is her proof that she wanted to post. So this is just video evidence of them trying to track her friend's phone with using her iPad. And then they also had the police on FaceTime with the hotel security looking for the man. But he was acting like he didn't know nothing and was acting confused. So this is just proof that this was what was going on based off of the story time that they gave. Oh my gosh, that just sounds frustrating. That just sounds so frustrating. Okay, let me go to the next one. Now this girl's audio, it starts off low, so just a heads up. I'll try to be quiet. Oh, it's real low.
I'm not an influencer. I don't have no big following page. I'm just trying to spread awareness and get people to understand like what happened, because like even for us, this shit just feels like, now that we're back home, this shit feels so surreal that we're literally 24 hours later back, because this shit does not happen. Like, people do not get a chance to call their parents. Anyway, this is going to be a story about how we almost got kidnapped in Cartagena, Colombia.
She sound like me.
So boom, I'm gonna go back in the story and tell y'all like every single sign that we had that should have told us not to even go. But like, we're just gonna talk about the night. So my friend Janae and Lex, they're both TikTok famous, but Janae has a friend that was in Cartagena with us, like not with us, but she just happened to come on the same week as us because it's spring break. So she invited us to this bus party, like this bus tour. And she picked us up from a resort because she had a private driver. Like, she had her own driver, and she knew him. They was contacting each other like before the trip even happened. So she felt comfortable with him coming to get us as well. Because although we were staying at a resort and we could have got a taxi or a cab with them, it just made sense since we're all going together that, you know, we're just gonna ride together. So they come pick us up. We're in the party bus. It's not even a party bus. Like, yes, there's music playing, but it wasn't like we were getting drunk. Let that be very known. We were not getting drunk. Yes, we might have been drinking, but it was a snoring off, like a 2% alcohol beverage. Like, it was nothing. So after the party bus, after the bus tour, Mind you, we went around the city 2 times, and the whole time we were going around the city, people kept stopping. We made stops, and you were able to get like drinks, and you were like they were passing out beer, and we made a pit stop to pee. Y'all, we had to pay to piss, but like that's besides the point.
That's crazy.
We, after the bus tour was done, they had stopped at a club. We didn't go inside the club. We went to the restaurant next to it because all we kept talking about was being hungry because the resort food was not good. We really haven't ate. Like I said, I'm gonna go in the backstory and tell y'all like how the experience was getting there because I will explain to y'all like why we were so determined on getting something to eat. We had kind of made a list of places to go. Like I said, I don't be on TikTok, but I had looked up on TikTok Cartagena Black Girl restaurants, like things for us to do while we're out there. Be prepared. Like you don't want to.
Quick little tip, because I've been in a situation where the resort food is disgusting, like honestly, or it just don't sit well with your stomach. That's been my situation. So the next best thing that you could do is go to the grocery store or go to a convenience store and see if you could just get something out of there. And sometimes that's better, especially if it's packaged, because it's just better. But I don't know, y'all. I was in Mexico, girl. The dairy was not working well with me, honey. It was not working well with me. I don't know what it was, but girl, I had IBS. Like I was bloated. I was so bloated. Oh my God, I was so bloated. It was horrible. Like I looked like I was like about at least in my first trimester. That's what it was looking like, and it was awful. I don't know. It's just something about the dairy. So, I honestly think that it could have been that maybe my body just was not used to non-chemically processed foods. I do think that sometimes because I was out of the US and like, you know, your body is trying to adjust. And I don't know, I think my body was just more used to chemicals being in my food, seeing that I am in the US. So I think that may have been the issue, but my body was just not messing with the food. So it's okay to go to the convenience store, go to a grocery store and see what you can find in there. You can't really go wrong with like fruits and vegetables, honestly. So I would probably go to the salad bar if they have one.
Go to a country and not know what the fuck thing, you just looking shit up and doing it. So we did things the right way. And we went to the restaurant that we had looked up. Like I can tell y'all the place. If y'all look it up, there's so many black people going to that restaurant. We went to the restaurant, the man gave us the menu on the drink menu side, and then he flipped it. All we ordered was food. All we drank was water. We were not drunk, we were sober, we were alert, and like, y'all, like what's the word when it's like we were talking about what was happening? The foreshadowing that we was doing. Like we was talking about a whole different event, and I'm the one that said, if my friends are ever in danger, it don't matter, like boy, girl, woman, man, anything. Like I'm not trying to be funny. If y'all do anything towards my friends, I'm on defense mode. Like we had a circumstance where I literally was protecting my friend with my fist. Like I do whatever I had to do for the people that I love.
And listen, sometimes subconsciously, like your spirit is able to pick up on things before things happen. And that's what it's sounding like. It's sounding like their spirit was able to pick up on what was about to go down before it actually happened. Like sometimes to the spiritual girly, sometimes you get warnings. Like I don't know, like you feel off, like something just feels off or something doesn't feel normal. Like things are not flowing, like things are kind of, I don't know, out of whack. Like, I don't know. So it's interesting that they had that conversation. It's nice to see a girls trip where the girls are sticking together. My goodness, because the girls trips that I've been seeing have just been a hot ass mess. But this one, it just brought some balance to the conversation, even though they were almost kidnapped. But just listen to your spirit. That's why I talk about your intuition a lot. I talk about trusting yourself, trusting the nudges, the instincts, things not feeling right. Your sensitivity is huge. Your sensitivity is what alerts your nervous system and your intuition. This is why you shouldn't numb yourself. You just need to heal. You shouldn't block yourself off from your sensitivity. You need to face your emotions so that you can be in tune with yourself, because it's really sounding like that their spirit was putting them on high alert before this all went down. And, you know, that's the magic that women hold. So tap into that. Don't close yourself off to that resource because you don't want to feel emotions. You have to be able to feel emotions and work through them so that you can always have access to your intuition. Okay, that's what it's really about. So keep that in mind. But I think that is incredible that they had this conversation before this all went down.
So we talked about that, and we went home, like we were going home. We saw a taxi. And he said $50, but he was super eager, y'all. Like super eager. He was so eager for us to go. So we was like, nah. Like first of all, the $50 was a red flag because it was only a 23-minute drive. But again, it was like 1 o'clock. So I guess when we went to the second driver, the driver that we picked him, y'all. We picked him. The driver that we picked, he told us $50 too. We looking like, okay, y'all, this might be like how much we gotta pay. We just gotta pay. We wanna go home. We wanna go home, be safe. So we just did it, right? Boom, Janae in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat behind the driver, and Lex is next to me in the back seat behind Janae, kind of diagonal to the taxi driver. Okay, part 2 coming soon.
Okay, let's see. So this is her part from being sleep.
So we in the car. I put the GPS on my phone. I put the GPS on my phone simply because like I said, we always go on vacation, and I just like to know where I'm going and how long it's gonna take. Like it's not even about being safe. It's like how long we got till we can go home. You feel me? So I always put the GPS in my phone, and my phone was working the best. So I had it in my phone. I could see him like changing the directions, like he would miss the 100 foot. Like if we was going like 100 feet to the right, and he would just keep going. And I'm like, okay, this is city, so he know where he going. Maybe it's a shortcut. Mind y'all, he didn't even put the GPS in his phone. So I'm just thinking because he's a taxi cab driver and we're at a resort and it's a nice resort, maybe he's done this so many times that he doesn't even need the directions. So I have the directions to my phone. My eyes got so heavy because I'm gonna give you a backstory on how we even got there and like how there were so many signs for us not to go. But my eyes were so heavy. I only slept like 6 hours that whole trip. So my eyes were getting so heavy, and I told Janae, like, put it on your phone, put the GPS on your phone. I still had the GPS on my phone because, like I said, let's just sit and by me, so I want her to still be able to see it. That's why the phone was in my lap. So my eyes goes off, and I'm asleep. Y'all, I promise y'all, I was like this. Lex called my name and said, Maya, you trying to kidnap us? Immediately I woke up. But before all that, because I'm asleep, I don't know what everything is going on. But basically, he was going down a speed bump. And when he slowed down during a speed bump, he pressed the gear, moved the gear, turned around, snatched their phones out their hand. Immediately when he snatched the phones, Lex started beating him. Started beating the fuck out of him. She's like, nigga, what did she say? She was like, bitch ass nigga. And Janae immediately started following that. When Lex started punching him, like the first couple punches, she said, Maya, you trying to kidnap us? Y'all, I woke out of my sleep to find out my friends are getting attacked. I just told y'all in the other video I don't play by my friends. I woke up, no questions being said. I'm not confused. I'm not, I immediately...
Yo, that sound like me for real.
On this man. So Janae hitting him, think about this, but backwards, right? So Janae hitting him on this side. I'm hitting him on this side. Lex punching him on this side. We just punching this fool. Like, all I know is how to fight. I don't know how to, squeeze and bite and do that. I'm just fighting like this is some bitch that just fucked my nigga. I'm so... If you're trying to take my life, my friend's life, we got kids at home, families at home.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm not playing that. So we just start punching. At this point, part three. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
So like I said, immediately when I woke up, I started punching him. I started punching the fuck out of him. He could not take that. He did not understand that what was happening. So he got off the car and got on Janae's side. When he got on Janae's side, he chest kicked her. All right, after he got on Janae's side, he came to my side. Me and this nigga is playing tug of war with the door. Like he's trying to get me. This nigga hit me dead in my face. Like I have a filter on this. It's so bad. On the other video, you can see I have a cut somewhere right here. This nigga punched me. When he couldn't get to me, Lex was Lex. When I say thank you God for Lex, even Janae, thank you God for the people that was with me. But Lex was being so vocal and telling us what we needed to do. But like we knew what we needed to do. But like we was on a mission. Like now this being said out loud. Okay, boom. So then Janae get in the front seat. She in the driver's seat. It's a stick shift. It's a stick shift. So we can't drive it. He go on Lex side. That's when he.
And it's just so wild to me because like he was doing a lot to be driving with a stick and fighting 3 girls and was still able to take their phone. Like, sir, this tells me like you do this. Like you do this frequently. Like you do this in your time off. Like how many women have you done this to? Because that's a lot. One thing that I also want to point out too, that when it comes to this story, listen, when you are outside of the country, make sure you are guarding your phone. Make sure, like they were saying, oh, like, you know, they were probably like scrolling on their phones kind of like this. And he was just able to snatch the phones kind of like that. You know what I mean? So maybe you shouldn't be on your phone too much, or just make sure, you know, no one is easily able to just snatch your phone out of your hand. Don't just be having the phone in your lap, even though she was fine with her having her phone in her lap because she was sitting directly behind him. So I think that's why he didn't take her phone. It would have been harder to do. So just keep that in mind, because I noticed that he was able to snatch the other girl's phone because they was probably like just doing this, looking at their phones. So keep that in mind too.
Bro, he chest kicked Lex. He hit Lex in the back of his, like, in the back of her, like, in the back of her head. He drugged her by her wig, took her out the car. But y'all, like I said, this is not happening to us.
Oh, no.
I dragged Lex so motherfucking hard back in that goddamn car because you're not leaving without us. I pulled him in. So when that happened, like I said, my phone is on my lap. I don't know when it got off my lap. But I pulled her back in. I dragged him in the car with us. He's hitting us. Y'all, when he swung and hit me in my throat, I thought this nigga had a knife. I thought he had a knife to my fucking throat. I thought this nigga stabbed me in my throat. I thought it was over, but y'all, I'm still swinging, like I'm going like this because Lex is like right here and he's trying to pull Lex. I'm swinging. He realized that wasn't gonna work. He got back to Janae. He came back to me. Y'all, this nigga was. That shit is undescribable. When I tell y'all the pieces is still coming together, because even watching my friends' videos and watching this video, it's like, oh my God, I did pull you. Oh my God, like I was punching him. Like, oh my God, we really got chest kicked. We really had to run off the car. I know for sure Janae was trying to drive the stick shift, but like even Lex said when we first got in the car, like I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. We do not know how to drive a stick shift. That's not something we know how to do.
And you know what also is crazy about this is that it's one man and it's taking 3 of them to take him down. One. And this is a biological male. You know, we don't know, you know, what his weight and his height is, but it's a biological male. Like, dude, it's like we think that trans women would understand where we're coming from. Like, seriously. And it's taking 3 women. It's taking 3 women to 3 biological women to take this man down who is attacking them. So, I mean, they didn't plan on being attacked when they got in the damn car. They planned on arriving back to their hotel, but that's not what happened. And see, as women, I will say it again, we don't know who is who. We don't know who's who. So it's like, can you really blame us? Can you really be mad at us? Because we don't know who we can trust and who we cannot. And just because someone says, oh, you can trust me, I'm a good person, it doesn't mean you should. It doesn't mean that is the smart thing to do. So it's just like, I don't understand. Like, we don't know who's who. I just don't understand like why we're being the one to be blamed for why we don't feel safe. That's what I'm not understanding. Like, that's what's not making sense to me when it comes to all of this discourse with trans women and just biological women not feeling safe. Like, this is why we don't know who is who. We don't know who we can trust and who we cannot trust. And as a woman, I would assume you know how that feels, right? Like, you should know how that feels, because I'm pretty sure you have a similar experience. So It's just a crazy world that we live in. It's an unfair world that we live in. But it's like we got to do what we got to do to make sure we're safe, because we're talking about our safety. We're not talking about, oh, do you think you should wear those colored jeans? Or do you think you should switch out those jeans? And do you think you should wear that shirt? Or you think you should go for something? Like, you know what I mean? We're talking about our safety. We're talking about our safety. We're talking about feeling safe. That's what this is about.
All I know, y'all, is that this nigga attacked my friend from the back seat. He had been looking at her the whole ride there, and I didn't know because I was asleep. And let me tell y'all, I would never sleep in a car again, but I know it was not my fault. Like that, nobody is blaming nobody because we got out of the situation, and that was nothing but God. Like I said, he came to both directions. He came from every single direction twice.
That's
he came
crazy.
from his side.
That's crazy.
He had their phones. I don't know where my phone was at. When I got out the car, because we had told each other, like, hold on, part. This is gonna be the outside part, y'all, because we not even done. It's not even close to being done. So, like I said, immediately when I woke up, I started punching him. I started punching the fuck out of him. Let me just add on the video. Janae was punching, I was punching. Lex did the biggest motherfucking one. That hoe is scratching, grabbing his balls. We put our fingers in his booty hole. We was doing anything to get him. I'm doing whatever, like anything you can think of. And that's why I really don't appreciate y'all coming in like the comments asking like why, like we could have did this or we should have did this or I shouldn't have been asleep or why y'all ain't wake her up or y'all this and that. Y'all, we made it out. And we made it out because the idea of what we had going on is we not leaving one or the other. One or the other not going. Like it ain't, you either gonna take all three of us, cause all three of us staying. Like if I gotta get hoes down by the end of the night, I'm gonna be holding these hoes' hands by the end. I'm not letting go. I refuse to come back to Houston and tell Miss Emma or Kyrie that they don't have their daughter or mama. You feel me? So we was so big on like making sure we got each other right. So he tried to drag me out the car a couple times. He done dragged Lex out the car a couple times. He done tried to get Janae. And I don't know how, but we got out the car. We just start running. We start taking off. But y'all, what's so crazy is when I was getting out the car, I could hear my phone. Or I have an Apple Watch as well. And it started making like that emergency noise. You know, like that. I don't know how to explain to y'all. I heard it. So I thought I had it. We're running though. Like we ain't got no choice. We don't got no shoes on. We have no shoes on. Running barefoot. Like I said, y'all, I was asleep before this happened. I didn't see my phone and see that we was 5 minutes away or however far we was. I'm thinking we 8 hours away. I'm thinking we in Bolivia. Y'all, I can't even say Cartagena. So y'all know I'm thinking we in what? I don't even know the cities in the country. Like I do not know y'all. So I'm just praying to God. Like y'all, I was praying to my daddy. No, if y'all don't know, my daddy passed away. So I'm praying to my daddy, like, oh my God, please, this cannot be the end. Like, this cannot be the end. Like, Houston, don't let this be the end. Like, I don't care how bad I'm going to see you. I don't care how bad I'll be speaking on it. I just cannot. This cannot be the end. Like, we got to make sure Lex get home to her son. We got to make sure Janae go back to me. Like, we got families. We got parents. We got mamas and dads. Like, no way. You know what I'm saying? So, we start running. Y'all, this man that got back in the car started driving. Stopped. That's when we panicked. We panicked bad as fuck, but we still running. Panicking. He gonna get out the car and pick up the pieces, because like I said, we are grabbing, we are playing tug of war with our lives. We are fighting for our lives. Janae done took off the interior, the middle of his shit is fucked up because we've been hitting him, knocking him, doing all types of shit. He's getting all that. Sassy ass nigga gonna throw Lex wig out the window and then drive off. But because we're running, I'm still looking back because I'm looking like this nigga better not turn back around and stop and hit us. Like, even though we just got out of this situation, we still got a whole bunch of obstacles to get from because I don't know where we're at. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. We've been fighting for at least 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
And we've been fighting for at least 10 minutes. He done came on every side of the door. He came back on his side of the door. He done got in the car again. Like, y'all, we was like, it's crazy.
Okay, let me go to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, let me also add that Janae jumped on the car to get our phone. So he's driving. Janae has her hands on on the passenger side in the front, trying to get our phones. He's probably going 30 miles per hour and stops, trying to brake check her. In my mind, I'm running. I'm running behind my friend because in my head, if she's getting back in the car, we're all getting back in the car. So let me just go ahead and keep up. Like, let's keep this shit, right and tight, right? Anyway, that did not work. So we're just running. While we're running, y'all, I won't even say 500 feet away. It was 3 motorcycles waiting on us. 3 motorcycles waiting on us. We started screaming help. Janae know how to speak a little Spanish, so she was saying it in Spanish. We screaming. They don't have no shoes on. We just running, and we just asking for, like, we just looking for help. But we saw this white man. What's the people that be living in them houses, them little smaller houses? They was in the 8 Mile movie with Eminem, with the house that Eminem.
The security guards.
A trailer. He was in a trailer with his flashlight, talking about okay, like asking if he was okay, but like we don't know who's in on this. Like this just happened to us 30 seconds ago. So us seeing the motorcycles, y'all, wide legs. Let's go hide behind this thin ass pole, booty about big as hell. Who think you can't hide not a fun thing from that niggas? 3 motorcycles wait on us. A white man and a flashlight by a trailer. We running to the next resort because, like I said, y'all, I was just asleep 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, my eyes was closed. I have no idea what was on my phone. I have no idea how far we are. I'm just following along and going with the, like, there's no questions being asked right now. We're just fighting for our life. So I had no idea that we was 5 minutes from the resort. But this is 5 minutes driving. This is not 5 minutes walking. We're also in the dark. Our resort is in the cut. We're running. We see a hotel. We see a resort. We thinking because at our resort they speak English, because it's tourists, they don't speak English. But we're not at the resort. We're at the security to get in the resort. Biggest language barrier that you can motherfucking imagine. We were talking to these people in Google Translate. Mind you, we are freaking out. We can barely breathe. Like everybody is panicking because this did not just happen. We talking to them. Mid combo, this nigga start chuckling, y'all, laughing. I'm in this whole like the girl from Bad Girls Club. Why are you laughing at me? I had to ask her, like, what is so funny? Like, what is funny? Like, and that's when Lex came up with this, like, are y'all in on this? Like, is y'all trying to get us too? Because we don't trust nobody. We don't know who to go to. We don't know what to do, who to speak to, where to, like, y'all, it's crazy. So I get this idea to go through the gate. The gate is closed, but if I push it both ways, my little ass can maybe get through it. All I hear is Lex say, Maya, I got something to go to. Chill. Because if I run through this, I'm trespassing. These niggas gonna shoot me in my back. I'm trying to go to the resort and get a phone and talk to somebody in English, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna make it. I'm knowing they'll follow me because that's what we've been doing this whole time. There's no talking for real. But I knew they were following me, but it's like, no, fuck that. So we keep talking to them. They're trying to talk to our resort, and they're calling the resort on a walkie, like, asking, like, do we live there? Like, they asking us our resort, our names, our room number, and we didn't want to give up no room number. Why would I give you my room number? Like,
this is
y'all
crazy.
gonna take us. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why do you need that? You do not need that, and we're telling you no shoes, no wig. Like, what the, like, come on, look at my face. You can tell we just got into something. So they asked for the room number. Janae told them 443. We really was in 442. But at the end of the day, we realized we're not even gonna be here by the end of this night. So let's just tell them the room number. So we got that clear. They finally came.
This is crazy. Okay, 3 girls are telling this story. It seems to be all aligning to me.
So they finally called a resort. They talked to the resort. They had asked us about another bitch because when we had lied and said we were staying in 443, they was like, who is this and that? And that wasn't us, obviously. So then we told them the room number because we realized we was not going to stay there not a minute longer. Like, as soon as we can get the fuck out of Colombia, we got the fuck out of Colombia. That's why we was back 24 hours. And it's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So we see this van come. Silver van, unbranded, no name on it. We like, oh my God, y'all, like, this could be just as bad. And it doesn't make it no worse. Like, the van was right there. as the van is parking, we see another van that's branded with the name of the resort we're at. So we're like, oh my God, is it passing us up? Should we get in this van? Then they talking about we need to get in the back. Legs pull me. I'm getting in the front. They in the two. They sit on this too, and we got the security man that we just talked to for the last like 20 minutes in the middle. We not playing, because even when the man came and picked us up, I'm asking him for his ID. I'm asking for his information. I don't care about no name tag, because you could have got it after that party city. I don't know, because when it comes to cousin, y'all can all be doing this to us. We don't know. We don't trust nobody. We just literally just almost got our life taken and fought for our life, and we barely got out of it. So of course we're not trying to go back in the situation. So we get in the van. We got our windows down. The Lexington, they got their windows down. I got my window down, and I keep pressing a lock, because when we got in it, I heard them locking. And I'm really paranoid at this point. So if I'm in the front seat, I'm finna keep this door unlocked. Every 5 seconds, I kept pressing the lock button, because if we gotta roll out, we don't got no phones. The phone's in the car. Mine's under the seat. The man don't even know my car. My phone under the seat. So I'm just unlocking it. If we gotta roll and go again, we gonna do it again. And we gonna run back to the resort. But we seen the resort name, and it was like a release. But like, we still so scared, like terrified. So we finally get to the resort. I think we stopped and talked to them for a minute, but we wasn't really trying to talk, because we were trying to go back to our room and get our iPads. Thank God that we had our iPads, and immediately we just called our families. Was trying to talk to them, got out of this, right? Cool. The police finally got there. Like I said, y'all, my phone fell. He didn't snatch my phone. So my phone is under his seat. He has no idea that my phone is under his seat. So he's driving, making pit stops. I'm screenshotting every time this nigga make a move. I have 18 screenshots in my phone of this nigga with the phones in the car. The police get there. I'm telling them the last stop. The last stop was a minute ago when they got there. I'm just showing them like, hey, like he's right here, right here. They gonna ask us, should we go with them? Like, we need to go with them. We need to go with Colombia laws. We need to go with them and identify them. We need to identify the man that just tried to kidnap us. So we can know that it's him. We all look at each other like, fuck no. I'm telling them like, there's no way I'm going back in a situation that we just got out of. Like, we just so blessed to get out of this situation. I'm not putting myself in no danger. We all on the same page. None of us is doing the same thing. Like, we just not going back in that car. The cop car wasn't even a cop car. Not the cop cars we used to. It looked like a SWAT car. Like the people they like transferring the inmates. Like the backup, they pull it, and it's people. Like, we wouldn't be able to have got back in. Like, we wouldn't be able to have unlocked that door. I don't know what the fuck he thought was going on, but that shit was stupid as fuck. So they're like, okay. Mind you, we're translating through somebody at the resort. It's a guy named Raphael. Raphael, I love you with all my heart. Thank you so much for being on our side. Thank you for trying to communicate. But at the same time, he was translating, and I'm not sure he was saying everything that we were saying. So it's like, again, it's a language barrier. We can barely communicate with these people to even get the help that we need. So, what was I saying? They asked me for my iPad. The police officers asked me for my iPad, to bring my iPad with them to go to the scene without us. Because we didn't agree to go to the scene with them. I'm like, no, I'm not giving y'all my iPad. This is the only way I'm going to be able to communicate with my mama. The only way I'm going to be able to communicate with my mama, no. Like, there's no way I'm giving y'all my iPad. I already got my phone stolen. Like, I just almost got kidnapped. We all just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not giving you my iPad.
This is crazy.
This nigga gonna ask me for my iCloud. My iCloud. So you want me to give you my iCloud so that when I do leave Colombia, you'll know exactly where I'm at right now? So you can come to Houston and come get me at my mama's house? Absolutely fucking not. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the backstory too. I'm gonna get a little bit more into it because a lot happened after that. But I'm gonna give y'all the backstory too because y'all gonna be like, why the fuck did we even go? I don't know. All that happened, and like I said, my phone is under the seat, so I'm gonna keep tracking this man, right? The police said they're gonna go to the scene, and we told them to call the resort because we couldn't get WhatsApp. We on iPads, and for some reason, none of us could download WhatsApp, none of us could update WhatsApp, so we wasn't gonna be able to be in contact with them. So how about y'all contact the resort, and the resort call us from the room, because we about to go in our room. We don't even want to be outside. I know there's security at the front, and it's really hard to get in here, but like I said, cousin of a cousin. I don't know who's on this. I don't really leave y'all outside, so we gonna be the smartest that we can be. So the resort came to our door, which I don't know why they came to our door because we just almost got kidnapped, so obviously we don't want you at our door. We would have came back down, no problem. But they came to our door, they on FaceTime. We telling him the description of the car, like I said, Janae had pulled the interior. Lex had sat on her side, she was sitting on the right side in the back seat, that it was kind of scratched up in the tint. We telling him that. I'm also telling him that my phone is under the seat. My phone is in there. These are gonna tell us they don't have probable cause and it's not part of the law. It's prohibited for them to open the door without permission.
What?
Now I know I'm from the US and I know we look corrupt, but baby, that sounds like some bullshit to me, bitch. My phone is down there. My phone is literally, we put the satellite on. I'm telling y'all the street. I'm telling y'all exactly where this nigga at. The only reason we didn't go is because we didn't know if it was a warehouse, a butcher shop, a chop shop. We didn't know if the cartel was gonna be waiting on us. We're not gonna get shot and be put in a predicament where we almost lose our life. So we didn't go. Looking back at it, I wish we would have went, but at the same time, I'm glad we were at. Like I'm like being home. Like fuck the phones. We replaced the phones. I have a new phone. I don't even care. So, they went back to they said I was yellow, three yellow taxis. Why they going? We told him the description of the man. We told him he was darker than me. He had a little hair, but not too much hair, and he was young, and he had a goatee. We told him the description before they even went. Why the fuck they gonna FaceTime us and show us the man, this old ass man? I really believe it could have been his dad, the granddad, because he made so many stops to where like he probably had somebody else driving the car on the way home. It wasn't him dropping it off. Like we don't even know if this is really where the man stayed, but they showed us this old ass Colombian, barely got any hair, no chin hair whatsoever, no beard, no nothing. We just looking like, so this the end, like y'all done trying to help us. Like I really believe the police officers were more like y'all over here asking for phones, but we really wanted to find him. We wanted him to. I want this nigga to be under the jail cell. I want the devil personally to come get this nigga and drag him down below him. I believe he deserves the worst of the worst of the worst, okay? So we just wanted him never to be able to do that again. If the way this happened, it felt like a movie, so we thought we was gonna get the happy ending and where everything got solved before we left and we could just go home and I think we would never have to like think or talk about it again. But now we have to spread this awareness because this is so real. You don't think it's gonna happen until it happens. So
That's true.
they basically like gave us false hope, telling us we gonna find the phone, whatever the case may be. We ended up going down to the resort later on because we had to pack our bags because we ready to go. We about to go. Why everybody at the resort know who we are? Because we the only young black group with curly hair, red hair. We almost got kidnapped, and the whole resort knows about it. We trying to talk to the people about getting a refund because what the fuck, we're not staying here no more. We're about to leave. Like the car is coming to get us. We ordered a car through a private company. Our travel agent did it for us. So we real paranoid, y'all. Like we not playing no games no more. While we get to the airport, our phones are 4 miles away. This nigga is back at the same location that he picked us up when we went to Casablanca. Plaquet, whatever. Y'all, I don't even care about the names of what happened no more because I'm gone. I'm back in my city. I'm not even gonna say what city I'm in because I don't want y'all to come get me. I don't want them. Y'all, crazy. Now, I'm going to tell y'all everything we should have did. Because it was so many signs. So many signs. So, this is basically going to be a video of all, like, the backstory, like, why, like, all the signs that we had, and we should have just never even fucking went. So, first red flag. We get there, we check in, everything cool. We ate, because we had our very early flight. We had a 6 a.m. flight. We were supposed to be in Cartagena by 1 o'clock. We missed our first flight. We're eating. Go to the flight because we so used to flying Southwest that board at 15 minutes before. We're not used to flying Delta and having to board 40 minutes to go. So we literally sit down. We thinking that this is the flight that we're going with because when we sat down, there were people there saying they were going to Atlanta. So we think we're on that flight. Let's look at the phone and say like, no, they just departed. They said they're leaving. We're watching our flight leave. So then we talk to the service people and tell them like, hey, when the next flight, we're going to Cartagena. She's telling us it's going to be super hard for us to get there. So we like, bro, like what? So we go on the next Atlanta flight. That flight got delayed. So then we ended up having difficulty going to Bottega, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even need to know the names because I'm never going back. Biggest language barrier. So then we missed that flight. We were supposed to leave Bottega at like 4:47, but we didn't leave. So then we ended up being on the next flight. Even on that last flight from Bodega to Cartagena, because we're still in Colombia. Even though we're in different cities, it's still Colombia. The wheels was making the weirdest noise, y'all, the scariest noise, and y'all know what's going on in this world, so it was just like, please let us get there, please let us get there. We get there. We didn't even have our driver waiting on us because, like I said, we were supposed to get there at 1 p.m. We got here at 10:30. We got off the flight at 10:30. Let's not even, y'all, Janae's luggage is in Atlanta. Janae's luggage is in Atlanta. They left one of her luggages in Atlanta, so we had to talk to the people at the airport about the luggage, so that took a minute. Then we realized our driver was not outside, so we took a taxi. That's why we had no issue taking a taxi from Casablanca, because we had to take a taxi just to get to the resort. We get to the resort, the food is nasty. That was another sign. Then Tuesday, that's the next day, because we got there at 10:30 next day. We got fucking kidnapped. Because we actually were in his possession.
That's crazy.
We were in his possession for 23 minutes. And we were fighting him for 10. It was just so many things, so many signs. When we was at Casablanca, we was talking about a situation where if anything happens to y'all, I'm going to always defend y'all, right or wrong. If I'm not playing by my friends. It was so much foreshadowing because I did not know 30 minutes later I would really be having to fight my friends. I did not know in my head, like, I'm sleeping, I'm going to wake up fighting my friends. We can talk about how, like, it was crazy. It was so many signs. And it was like, even when they was texting, because I know y'all saw they stories. They was texting while I was asleep.
And you know what's so crazy? Because, like, you know, I spoke out about the planes recently, and I didn't do it to scare you or to fearmonger you. I mean, just look at the media. The media is doing that. But trust the resistance. Like, if you feel like you're being, like, there's just like things are just not going according to plan, or you feel like some type of resistance, trust that. Like, that was the reason why I made the comments about the planes. It wasn't to scare you. It wasn't to talk you out of flying. It was, if you feel like you are sensing resistance from getting on a plane, traveling somewhere, trust it. Trust it, trust it, trust it, especially in the times that we're in today. Things have changed, and I kept urging people because I care about my followers. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to y'all. That's the reason why I do what I do. That was the whole reason why I made the comments that I was making, because something in my spirit was like, no, this year is just going to be different. So if you feel the resistance, trust it. Like, you have to trust what you don't know. You have to trust what you don't see sometimes. And part of that is trusting yourself. So sometimes we like to trust others over ourselves. Sometimes we like to trust others over trusting our spirit. And so when I made those comments, that's what I was getting at. I wasn't trying to scare you out of flying ever again or living your best life. I was just trying to bring awareness that if you get some form of resistance this year when it comes to getting on a plane or traveling anywhere, trust it. Do not push that away. Okay, that is huge. That's all I was saying. Continue to live your life. These ladies, they're probably not going to travel for a while, but I hope it doesn't keep them from them traveling in the future or them just living their lives. Like, you know, so just trust. If you feel the resistance, to trust that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was ever saying.
Why did we not stop? You know, it's so many shit could have was, but it's at the same time, like, we out of it and we back home. And when I tell y'all it's the craziest thing to be back home 24 hours after that, we was getting picked up from the airport at 1 a.m. that next day, this morning. So all I can really tell y'all, I'm not trying to convince y'all not to go to Colombia. I'm not trying to convince y'all not to travel. All I'm saying is book the right travel agent. Make sure you're safe. Get a gun license if you're in the U.S. If you're traveling in the U.S., get a gun license. Make sure you have a travel agent, the proper travel agent that's doing everything correctly. Make sure you have a private driver that knows the city, that knows the areas, knows the people. Just be safe and pray. And pray to God, because you really don't know. You don't think it's going to be you until it's you. I promise. I've been on so many vacations, like DR, Jamaica. We went to Mexico just this January. I've been to Mexico twice. Like, my passport has multiple stamps on it. So for this to happen to us on this last trip that we have been so excited for, that we deserve to go on, it's insane. It's insane being in the house that I'm in with my blood and being able to tell the story, because we did not think this would be us. We did not know where we was going to be. When that was happening, we did not think we would be able to do this. We didn't even have phones 24 hours ago. So I just say stay close to God. Even whatever religion you have, stay close to God. Be safe, pray. Pray for us. Heavy on the please pray for us, pray for our mental health, pray for our sanity. Like it's gonna be very hard for us to heal. But I just want to say, I appreciate the people I was with. I'm so glad they reacted the way they did. I'm so glad it was really just either 3 or none. You feel what I'm saying? It was never like fighting for your life. We're fighting for our life. So I just appreciate the people I love. This is gonna be the craziest trauma bond. We are stuck for life. I love you bitches to the death of me. Y'all got me for life, for real. So just spread the word. Spread the word, please spread the word.
Let me see if there's anything else she had to say. No, that was it. You know, this is I'm just glad they're well and alive enough to tell this story, because it is a cautionary tale, very serious cautionary tale. And she mentioned that, you know, she has taken several different trips and she never thought that this would happen to her, and it happened to her. So I just hope that this reaches the right person, the right people. If you're taking trips, things that you can learn from their situation, because, you know, they didn't think it could happen to them. Also, there was a man that was also giving advice. Let me go back to him and I'm going to wrap it up here.
I saw the girl's video who's talking about how she almost got kidnapped in Colombia. And I feel like this really weighs heavy on me as somebody that's traveled a lot. It seems like they exercise like the right amount of caution, and I'm really glad to hear that they got out of the situation safety. What I wanted to add to this conversation, this is not to like bash them in any way. I'm not even really going to talk about that. I just feel like really prompted to give, as somebody, I've been to 35 countries, traveled all over the world, maybe even like hundreds of cities at this point. I have a handful of rules that I always follow when I travel. Other travelers, feel free to drop, you know, your rules like in the comments, but I just wanted to share some things that I usually always abide by when I'm traveling to help other people. I'm just going to run through my list like really quickly to not drag this out. Number one, I do not land at night unless I'm like, no, I can't even if I've been to a place abroad before, I've never like landing at night. Don't like the thought of landing at night. I hate when you come out of airports and everybody's surrounding you. When I'm traveling internationally, I do not land at night. The second, you think it's obvious, but it's not. Don't buy smugs. Don't buy gardening smugs. Like, do not buy smugs abroad. I can't emphasize that enough. Before you get to the country, know the safest way and the most well-known way to get from the airport to wherever you're staying. As somebody that's traveled so much, the hardest thing about traveling is honestly getting from the airport, especially at your first time in a city, to where you're actually staying. So just have like 2 or 3 options. Know if they're like legal taxis or illegal taxis. Just have some type of understanding on how you're getting from the airport. You should be higher up, but have cash. Have cash. Whether you get it at the airport, you know, before you travel internationally, but always have an emergency amount of local currency when you're traveling. Like, you know, I would say like $50, whatever that translates to in the absolute least, but I can't emphasize that enough. Have some cash. Try to scatter your belongings. I never travel with like all my belongings. Like I might have like a few cards in one bag, a few cards in another bag, my passport in another bag. That way if something gets stolen, if I leave anything, if anything happens, I'm not like down bad for like everything, right? I'm not like ID-less and money-less. So try to like scatter your important belongings across different bags. It sounds like in the story, a huge saving grace for those girls where they trusted their gut. They really had a good understanding of when things were not like feeling right. Like, trust your gut. I really can't emphasize that enough. Like, as Americans, sometimes we get caught in like doing things out of politeness. When you're traveling, the rules are completely different. Always trust your gut. I travel alone, so this one's a little more important for me, but it can't apply to like groups at all. And I know this sounds like really strange, but when I'm traveling, I try to not let people hear me speak. I speak English and I'm clearly like American. When I'm leaving the airport, or I either talk quietly when I'm talking to someone, and I know this sounds crazy, but I promise you I've learned this the hard way over years.
That's smart.
Over the years, and just do not let people to the best of your ability. Like, obviously it's different in daylight hours, but when you're navigating transit, when you're in big groups, Americans' voices tend to carry. Just try not to let them hear you speak in situations where you don't have to. And I promise that will serve you.
Okay. So I didn't want to bring y'all this traumatic story and not at least give you some things to consider when you travel again, because this is not about scaring you out of living your life. That is not what this page is about. This channel is not to scare you out of you living the life that you want to live. It's just simply to bring you awareness when it comes to these different things that we're seeing on social media. Okay, so just be safe. You know, I'm glad these girls made it out to tell their story. I learned a lot just from listening to their story. He also gave some amazing tips as well. So I'm just gonna be taking all of these things back as well. Like, you're not the only one. Like, I'm learning and listening and writing down things, because speaking low, I never even thought about that, but that is so freaking smart. Also, spreading your important documentations kind of around, like your wallet, your passport, and things like that, not having it all together in one bag. That's really smart. Not landing at night is also very smart. You know, things that you just don't really think about. He gave some really, really great tips. So hopefully this still inspires you to travel, just to be more self-aware when you do. And that's pretty much all that I have regarding this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share it with anyone that you know is taking a trip this year. Again, not to scare them, but to bring more awareness to them while they are traveling, so that they can be safe as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to catch you in my next one. Good night.